This week, we smoke a punk and light up a congressman as we discuss the 1996 horror comedy, Uncle Sam.
This is not a dream. Not a dream.
Hello and welcome to the Bloodybits Horror Show. I am your host, Eddie, the Axe Jefferson, and joining me once again is the man who's got a pair of stilts on layaway, Tim Yobo. How are you doing today, good sir?
I was looking on Amazon to see how much stilts would cost after I watched this movie.
Especially 20 feet high fucking stilts. Jesus Christ.
I mean, it's good for viewing some things, but I don't know. That getaway is just a little bit too slow. But then you could hang out in the tree.
That's true. That is true. You'd be kind of fucking stuck there. And Tim, we are joined once again by our third co-host wheel person, the war widow that's just waiting for her sergeant to come home. It's Candice.
That's gross. I thought for sure you could be like the girl who gives smoking head.
Oh, that's a good one. I should have done that one.
Candace trying to blow her own horn.
Damn right.
Candice, how you doing today?
Fantastic. How are you?
Doing wonderful. It is a beautiful day out. And here we have this wonderful special 4th of July episode of the Bloodybits Horror Show.
America.
Happy
stop
birthday.
Fucking it up now. You're old enough to stop fucking around. Get your shit together.
Happy birthday, America, and happy birthday to the Bloodybits Horror Show. Tim, it's our second year.
Oh, wait, our second year that me and you've been doing it?
No.
Second year
second
that
year
doing
it's been going, period. You joined in November, remember?
Okay. So November's the real second half.
You joined in November.
Yeah, that's right.
That's right, yeah. I was like, you could have waited a month to ask me to do the co-host thing. But...
Speaking of, we got to do another November, man. There's more out there. I've been digging around.
Well, that means that there's another anniversary coming up. My 1-year anniversary with Bloodybits is coming up.
And nobody remembers that.
I remember it was in July because I was getting ready to start my new job.
Yeah.
I got a new job and I got a co-hosting gig.
Oh, look at that. Which one's better for you?
The co-hosting gig.
That's more fun, yeah.
Is there a union?
Union?
There is. We just don't tell you.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm gonna Norma Ray this shit.
And you know what? We got canceled on again by Mr. Daniel. This is the second time in a row, this fucker.
At least he's got a good excuse.
Yeah,
Does he?
Yeah, pussy. He's out gallivanting around and traipsing around with some trollop down in Austin, Texas right now. So
instead of with his pod family.
Don't you wait? Hold on. You're talking about Austin. Don't you need to be a little bit more specific than just a trollop?
Okay.
Oh, that's all right. Shooting on people in Austin.
Okay.
Tim's got issues with people in Austin. Austin is to Texas what Portland is to Oregon.
Yeah, there's always that keep Austin weird.
Yep.
So it's a cool part of Texas. Okay, I take that back then. Okay, yes.
No, Austin's okay, Tim. It's the rest of it that sucks.
It's the good part, yeah.
Yeah. So here we are, 4th of July. And I know normally we like to start it out with what have you been consuming. We'll get to that in a second. But before that, guys, do you guys have any fun 4th of July stories or traditions or anything like that going on? I can start if you guys need a moment to gather yourself.
I know it. I got the best 4th of July story ever.
Tim, you may or you may not. I had a revelation this weekend about an incident that happened at a tender young age of my life that shaped who I am.
Oh God, are you going to tell the story about the axe?
No. And it took place over a 4th of July weekend when my family...
when you first got laid.
No. When we when we were going out camping for a 4th of July weekend. So my two cousins came with us.
Uh-oh.
What's that?
Do the white fire.
They're male, and I'm hetero, so no.
I mean...
So it's been a white hot fire.
Experimental white fire.
You don't know if the fire burns until you touch it.
That's a good point, Tim. We'll get back to you with that experiment later with your cousins. No, we went to this place in Tillamook, Oregon, which folks may be familiar with their ice cream or their cheeses. World famous. Yeah.
Okay.
We used to go to the
dairy products going on up there.
A lot of dairy, yeah. And what's fun about it is Tillamook is like right on the Pacific coast. It's right next to the ocean. So there's this wonderful campsite over there in this place called Barview, Oregon. So you can camp, and to one side of you is a big sand dune and some woods, and the other side of you is the Pacific Ocean. So it's beautiful. So we all went out there camping because you go light fireworks off and on the beach and have a wonderful time. The problem was my two cousins came. I hate my two cousins. I used to believe that ADHD made you shorter and more of a gremlin because of these two. They were the most frustrating, obnoxious fucking pieces of shit ever. So I would just spend this entire vacation trying to get away from them, right? So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go hang out at the beach. Okay, we'll take your cousins. I'm like, fuck. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm going to go walk down to the general store thing that's in this town. It's literally the only place you can buy things and get an ice cream cone. Hey, I'll take your cousins. Oh, damn it.
Well, don't tell anybody you're leaving then.
Well, I had to tell my parents because I was a child. Leave a note.
Yeah.
People from Washington.
Technically, I told you it's your fault you weren't paying attention to and see where I was and read the note on my pillow.
Candice, people from Washington cannot read or write. Okay? We barely...
Yeah, it would have been a bunch of hieroglyphics that nobody else could understand.
Yeah.
So.
That would explain the misspellings in your tweets.
So many misspellings in my tweets, I know.
Oh, mine? Jesus
no, Eddie's.
Oh, yeah. No,
I hate when I come up with a really great tweet or when I think of a really great tweet and I fucking misspell something. I'm like, I put your instead of your.
Especially when I'm correcting someone.
Yeah, that's the best.
Yeah, you've done that once or twice.
I have.
You're so eager to correct somebody.
I know.
You fuck it up.
My fingers go too fast.
Yeah. No, I get it.
Okay, so what's up with the stupid cousins? Yeah,
so I'm like, all right, I'm going to go to the fucking sand dunes, right? And a sand dune is just a hill made out of sand. For those of you, for the listeners, that's what a sand dune is. And this one was fucking massive. So what was fun was to trudge your way up there, right? Because you're walking uphill in sand. That's a fucking...
So you're going to slide down and get that sand all up your ass?
No, you don't slide down it. You run down it.
No, you slide. That's lame.
Oh, yeah? No, I used to like running down it because you could fucking gather some crazy ass speed. And
how the fuck did you keep balance with that head of yours?
You're funny.
That's how fast his feet were. The momentum just carried him forward.
He just bent his head back, and that was it. He just sat there and balance running down a fucking 90-degree hill.
It just looked like one of those Easter Island statues fucking cruising down the hill.
They bury you in sand, and archaeologists find you.
Oh, yeah. Then all the natives up there just worship me. Yeah.
For Bigfoot.
Big head. No, so we were doing this a few times, and I was like, they're just obnoxious. They're just annoying the shit out of me. Just won't shut up. Oh my God. So I get up to the top, and I was like, what'd be really fun, guys, is if you roll down the hill.
Uh-oh.
So this idiot, cousin of mine, he's like, yeah, and he lays on his side and starts rolling down the hill. And I was like, oh, boy, this is going to be funny. So I ran past him to go down the hill, right? Because it's easier to run than to roll. And I get to the bottom, and I can just hear him yelling on his way down the hill, right? He gets down to the bottom, and he is sticky with vomit from how dizzy he got.
Covered in sand, too.
Yeah, vomit and then a coating of sand on top of that. Ugh.
Caked with sand, covered in vomit. And it's such a miracle because I have gotten revenge through his own doing, a la Willy Wonka, to this piece of shit, just annoying turd child that I have been stuck with, like an albatross hanging around my neck all summer long, all fucking 4th of July weekend long. And at that moment, at my peak of existence, and I was probably 9, maybe. No, I was 8. I was 8 because July, I would have turned 9 in December. At that peak of my 8-year-old existence, it's as if God reached down from the heavens and rewarded me for smiting such a poor, pathetic, miserable insect child. And
this is the reason. This was the buildup. This is why you had to take him to the bank with you. This is why you had to take him to the general store with you. This all worked out just for this moment.
I felt so accomplished, Tim. And at that moment, I looked up with a smile on my face, and there was a large-chested woman who was running down the sand dune, whose swimsuit top popped up, and I could see her boobs.
Lies.
No. Nope. 100% she bounced out of her fucking top.
What?
Wait, hold on. Because I had this image in my head that you and your two stupid cousins, the trolls, were there by yourselves. This was like a whole thing.
No. There's a bunch of people. Yeah.
So like all the people in this area just like ran up the sand dune just to run down it?
Yeah. This is a thing.
Jesus Christ, man. You need a fucking movie theater.
I told you, all that there is the ocean.
Oh, getting to see the tits is pretty good, yeah.
Tim. And at that moment, I realized this weekend, because I was talking to my wife about it, like I do every year for the 4th of July. I retell her the story. I gather the family around.
It's a tradition.
It's a tradition, exactly.
Your kids will be telling that story. One day, sudden, your grandpa.
Let me tell you about great-granddad. And it dawned on me that at that moment, my sex drive was inextricably fused. That synapse of my brain, with smiting of my enemies. So I will go
Conan.
So I will go to the greatest lengths to just get back at people in the most petty ways possible.
Because it's the only way you can satisfy yourself?
I think that's what he's saying, Karen.
It is exactly what he's
unless
saying.
he's smiting somebody.
It is hardwired to the pleasure center of my brain.
Don't say hard and pleasure. Don't.
Oh, so good. All right, so that's my 4th of July story. Tim.
I might have told the story someplace else or maybe one of the Discord streams, something like that. But when I first met my wife and we were just first starting dating, I think at this point we'd only been going out for like maybe a month or so.
Okay.
And it was 4th of July, and I had off from work. She had off from work. We were going out to lunch. We had a nice little lunch. She had like maybe 2 glasses of wine. And then she springs it on me that she thinks that it'd be a great idea for us to try to go over to the river and watch the fireworks.
Okay. Yeah.
This is about 4:00 in the afternoon. It's like 95 fucking degrees.
Okay.
It's hot as balls. Okay.
Yeah.
And I think at that point she'd only been in New York for like maybe a year or two, right? I live in New York my whole life. I know there are certain things you don't go. Like I've never been to the Statue of Liberty as an adult. I've never been to the World Trade. Well, I can't do it now anyway. Let's say the Empire State Building as an adult. You don't do that touristy shit if you live in New York. You also, if you live in New York, you don't go to Times Square on New Year's Eve, and you don't go to the river to try to watch the fireworks on the 4th of July.
Okay.
But we just started going out, so I can't be that dick who's like, no, that's a stupid idea. You're fucking crazy. You don't know what the hell you're talking about or what you're setting yourself up for. So I'm like, okay. And as we're walking over, I'm trying to give it like the 411 on what's going to be going on. Because this is after 9/11. I remember seeing it on the news. At that point, there was going to be certain checkpoints that once you got in, the police literally said they were not going to let you back out until after the fireworks were done.
Okay.
Just to stop all the confusion of people going in and out and stuff like that.
Right.
And that you couldn't bring a backpack with you. You couldn't bring a chair or anything like that at all. And I'm like, we're going to get there like 5 o'clock. It's going to be like 9 o'clock, 9:30 before the fireworks start. You want to just stand there in the sun for all that time? And she's like, yeah. Now, also, mind you, she has 2 glasses of wine in her. So we get there. The place is jam-packed. We get through a first checkpoint, and I'm telling her, like, you realize that we cannot leave now unless you're, like, taken out in a fucking ambulance and not going to let us just walk out.
Right.
She keep going further and further. We're there. It's about 45 minutes, and she looks at me and goes, I'm getting dizzy.
Uh-oh.
I'm like, what? Yep. And she's like, I'm getting tunnel vision.
Oh,
okay.
Heat stroke.
Yeah, tunnel vision. Okay.
Yep.
Long story short, because I don't like to tell long stories. I literally have this woman thrown over my shoulder and arguing with cops who wouldn't let me get past the fucking gate. And I'm like, she's passed the fuck out. What the hell do you want me to do? So, I mean, the good thing about that is I look like a hero carrying her out, and she doesn't know. She trusted me because she passed out, and she woke up, and then her clothes are still on. But
did you do like a fireman carry?
I know. I literally had to throw it over my shoulder. Thank God I'm a big enough guy, and she's a small enough woman that it wasn't that hard, but I was sweating balls at that point, too.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just thinking to myself, man, if only I wasn't so hungry for pussy, I would have just put my foot down and like, no, we're not going to fucking 4th of July. Let's go to a fucking, my place, your place. Let's go to a fucking hotel if we have to and watch it on TV like everybody else does.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So every 4th of July, I always remind her about that. And she always gets mad at me. Because, like, now, we're married for a long time. So, I can embellish the story a little bit like, yeah, your fucking drunk ass at 3 o'clock in the afternoon wants to go stand in the sun for 6 hours. We don't have any water with us. We don't have anything prepared for it. Just on the fucking fly.
Tim, your wife unintentionally gave you the greatest gift a man can be given.
Oh, yeah, because I can always hold that over. Because I was like, look, bitch, I could have just left you there.
Could have just left you there. You could have just fucking died. I don't know.
On hindsight, it would have been better if I started fucking screaming like she needs an ambulance. Then we could have gotten out a little bit fucking easier.
You
but
could have gotten a ride.
She probably would have got like a $1,300 bill, and then by that point, I'd been like, I ain't calling this bitch anymore. She can't pay a fucking ambulance bill.
Right.
But it all worked out in the end.
It did, and you got a fun story you can just tell her over and over.
I got a couple of good 4th of July stories, but go ahead, Candice, this is your turn.
Mine's a little more heartwarming. 11 years ago.
Those are both so heartwarming. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Eddie got to see his first tit, so that was crotch warming.
Yep.
Okay. My wife passed out, so that's like overheating warming. Go ahead.
11 years ago, to the day on July 4th, I was checking into a hospital to get induced to have my first kid.
Wow.
Yeah,
so
and
it's his Independence Day. He's independent from your pussy.
And I was like, please don't let my child be born on 4th of July. Please don't let my child be born on 4th of July. And I'm
you're trying to cross your legs and hold it in?
Yeah.
You should have crossed your legs 8 and 9 months ago, Candice.
I think I asked for too much because it was days of labor and it was horrible. But a funny story is that, it's my first kid. I'm getting induced. I'm scared. And my husband is trying to get me to loosen up and relax because he can tell how scared and nervous I am.
He got you loosened up and relaxed 9 months ago. That's how you got into this.
So he's talking to the doctors and stuff, and they leave the room and they leave us alone. And he turns to me and he goes, "What the fuck did I say?" I said, "Don't embarrass me in front of these people."
Yeah.
Which of course got me laughing.
Yes. You shit all over this fucking delivery room.
Which is very much his sense of humor. Which, if you don't know us, sounds really abusive. But he's actually never once really disrespected me. So when he says something like, one time he pulled me out of the car and pretended to slap me across the face a few times. And slam me against the car. And I'm laughing hysterically. And people are just stopping and staring.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's just like, hey, you abuse me, but just make it funny. That's all we ask, right?
As long as it's for a bit. That's...
So, yeah, 4th of July is inextricably tied to the foundation of our family.
Well, that's very sweet. You're right. That is very heartwarming. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we all have a good heartwarming 4th of July story. It's got nothing to do with America. So that's beautiful.
Well, I think 4th of July is when you get together with people, you're getting drunk, people doing stupid shit because the fireworks are involved. So you always have a good story, right?
Yep, exactly.
Everybody knows somebody almost blew their fucking face off with the fireworks.
Yeah,
right?
my neighbors here, 2 of them, are in a competition with each other each year with mortars. So what we do for 4th of July is we just sit out on the back deck with our chairs.
You
We
just
have-
take PTSD meds.
Yeah, like
Now, when you
can
say they're
feel
having
it.
a war, Candace, are they doing it like to show off, like who's spending the most on the mortars
Yes.
and lighting up the sky?
That's
or
what
like
they're
when
doing.
I was a kid and we had a fireworks war
Yep,
where we were
Tim.
shooting actual bottle rockets
Yep,
and throwing
yep.
firecrackers and M80s
Tim.
at each other.
We did the exact same shit with
Yeah.
our neighbors, Tim. I used to load bottle rockets into my fucking BB gun and aim the gun at my neighbor's house.
Wow,
And
that's a
fire.
good move. Holy shit, man. That's got to be a lot more accurate than putting in an actual fucking bottle, because that
Yeah,
bottle
yeah.
fucking moves around. Yeah.
So, Candace, your neighbors are just trying to blow up larger and larger portions
They
of
do.
land. Is that
Pretty much. Yeah.
that rules?
It
I
does
hope you're not
roll.
going through like a drought or dry spell out there.
No, it's been raining for the past 2 days, so we are solid. We are
Okay.
good to
Oh, wow.
go.
Oh, so people are going to be extra emboldened now.
Yeah,
Love that
exactly.
shit.
It's great because you can tell that they're competing with each other because I know them and they'll be like, I spent $800 this year. Their person will be like, I spent $850, and then
You know
like
what's funny, Candace, is you know that your
God.
two next door neighbors have small dicks.
that's true.
So they're literally all they have to do. They don't even need to light them off. They just need to go staple a receipt to their fucking neighbor's front door.
No. See, Candace's husband's got it down because he's like, look at these two small dicks trying to show up. I'm going to hang out with their
Yep.
big dick energy, watch this with my wife, and then go in and bang her because she got so excited from all the fireworks.
Yeah, that's a good move. Your husband's got to, and then he can pretend, quote unquote, to beat the shit out of you.
Speaking of which, he just scared the shit out of me because I got the noise canceling headphones on. He came in here and put a drink next to me, and I didn't know he was in here, so I just saw this drink put down next to me, and I just jumped.
Yeah, that's a good mate. I like that. That's good.
How sweet of him. Yeah, I could use a drink, actually. So, but before we get into that, before I take a break early to go get a refill on my beverage, because that's, I have to do that. Let's go over what have we all been consuming this week, because Candace, I know you've been on your cruise kick.
Yeah,
You've
my
been in
cruise
cruise
control.
control.
hmm
Yeah.
Mhm.
So why don't we start out with you? What have you been consuming this week?
Well, I finished off the cruise control for now with Minority Report.
So good.
Wow, you're all the way up to that. Holy shit, Candace.
Yep.
Well, there's still a lot I need to backfill. I still need to do Color of Money. I still need to do Risky Business. There's still
Mhm.
but the ones I watch with my husband are all the Mission Impossible movies. I've seen them all now.
Okay.
And also Minority Report because, he likes the action movies. He doesn't really like dramas or romance or anything like that.
Yeah, because Tom Cruise is known for his dramas and romance movies, not his action movies.
Yeah.
Cocktail was a romance movie and a drama.
Oh,
Fair.
come on. They're swinging those bottles around and just playing with women's lives. Come on. That's
It
an action.
was a really good movie. But, so
No, it
I
wasn't,
was
Candace.
like,
No,
okay,
it wasn't.
what? That movie's great. But anyway, I was like, I haven't seen a horror movie in like 2 weeks.
Mhm.
I'm itching, I'm fiending. I need my fix. So I decided to watch Censor because Eddie was like, oh, you might like this. No, I did not. No, I did not like that movie.
Is that one of
Oh,
the?
man.
Is that the Lynch son? Who did that movie?
No, Censor. Who was that? That was some indie
It's somebody,
movie.
right?
Yeah, it was an IFC at midnight movie, so it was independent.
Yeah,
It was
that
British.
It was a British movie, but who was? Now you got me fucked up, Tim. Anyhow, go on.
Anyway, so I
Didn't
did not
like
like that, and I was like, you know what? I'm tired, I'm angry, and I'm annoyed. I'm just going to watch Crimes of the Future. Because, I was like, if I don't like it, I'll just be like, whatever, I'm going to bed. I ended up fucking loving it. Like, I
Isn't
wanted
It's a
to...
good copy, right?
Oh my god.
Okay.
So good.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that movie. You know what? Let's not talk about Uncle Sam. Let's talk about Crimes
Let's not
of the
talk
Future.
about it. Let's talk about crimes. How
No,
fucking
hold on,
sexy.
Wait, hold on, motherfuckers.
What?
This is a legit fucking good movie, Uncle Sam.
Oh, it is.
I was shocked at how much I liked it.
I'm
Fucking
with you.
Larry Cohen has got it going on. We got to come up with the Larry Cohen month.
I know.
We should.
Coen
He's
Vember.
one of my favorites. Oh, I love him.
Yeah,
King
so
Cohen.
fun, dude. Written and directed, Censor by Prano Bailey Bond.
Okay.
All right.
She wrote and directed Nasty,
Nasty.
and I don't know what the fuck else. No,
I
that's
think
it.
That was either Cronenberg's son or
Cronenberg.
That's
What the
Possessor. That's also
Oh,
a very
yeah, Possessor.
Oh,
Okay.
that's
Possessor.
also a very sexy movie you should watch.
Oh, I haven't seen that one yet. I do have
Oh,
to
watch
a lot
it.
of dong.
No, seriously, you need to watch it. You need to watch
A lot
it.
of dong in that.
Candace, are you saying that Censor's a sexy movie?
Censor's not a sexy
It's
movie.
not at all a
Censor
sexy
is
movie.
She just said, "Oh, that's also a sexy movie," and we're talking about Census. So I'm like,
Well,
"Hey, wait a second."
no.
I still
She's
have
in
Crimes of
Possessor.
the Future stuck in my head. And then, of course, one leads to
Oh my
Brandon
God.
Cronenberg and Possessor.
Mm-hmm.
And my God, man, those two, they should make a movie together. Like, we could not handle it.
No, I think that would be too much. I think you're right. So, like I said, I mean, isn't it like how many Cronenberg films have you seen, Candace? Have you seen like a lot of his work, or
I have seen a lot of He's one of my favorite directors.
wouldn't you say this is like the most Cronenberg-ass Cronenberg movie?
This was a movie that really made me feel like a Cronenberg movie since Existence. Because it's so
I
visceral.
love that movie. I think that might be my favorite one of his movies.
It's
You know what, Tim?
it's so about our bodies being entwined with our consciousness, and what does that mean exactly? And so, like, it was just Cronenberg as hell. He Cronenberged all over.
Tim,
and I think Existence is the most, for me, that's the most like, what the fuck is going on movie.
You like Crimes of the Future. If you like Existence, I think you'll like Crimes of the Future.
Okay.
Totally,
All right, I'm gonna watch it later on.
Yeah, it's on the bank, Tim, and it's a very good copy.
I know. Yes.
Very good copy. Not some person holding up something in a theater. What about you, Tim? What have you been consuming?
Nothing really new. I've been re-listening to the 10th year anniversary full cast of American Gods by Neil Gaiman, which I just love that. I can just pick that up at any point.
Okay.
And that's really about it. Not too much new TV. I know The Strangers Thing just dropped. The last two fucking 8-hour movies. I just haven't really
haven't had time.
For some reason, not had the desire to watch it.
I want to see it, but my God, trying to find
the
the
last
time.
season of Stranger Things, or is this the last season with these people?
No, they're going
I
to
think
do.
they said there's going to be another one.
Yeah, there's going to be 5 seasons altogether. That's the
with
plan.
the same people.
Yeah,
but there's going to be a time jump in the next one.
Yeah, good, because that fucking doesn't explain how that fucking guy who has like the coolest fucking name ever. Who's that guy? Fucking Wolfgang?
Finn
fucking
Wolfhard.
Smoking a joint?
Finn
Yeah,
Wolfhard.
Finn Wolfhard, yeah.
That's a great name.
That is the greatest fucking name. That's got to be a fucking made-up name, but it's not.
You know what? It's up there with the friend on Boy Meets World, Ryder Strong. Fucking great name, dude.
Second time I've talked about him this weekend.
Really?
Yes. He gets mentioned in Grind Bin.
Oh, okay.
By the way, I
okay.
recorded with the Grind Bin.
Hey, there you go.
You're supposed to say that for the end, Candace.
So I watched another episode of Stranger Things. So I've seen 3 of the episodes for season 4. I'm going to watch another one tonight. I gotta say, this is the one where the jocks have all decided that they're going to start trying to investigate and figure some shit out.
No, I think this is real. I think this is the best season of the show since season 1. Season 2, season 3, I don't know.
Well, they're all very different. They're very different from each other, all the seasons. They have different themes. Like, the third season's all about, like,
thing.
action.
It always happens. 11 comes at the last second and saves everybody, so...
But, how'd you like the Satanic Panic stuff where they're like, they're teaching our children how to worship the devil with this here D&D game? I was like, oh, Eddie's going to love this.
No, I dig that, because if there's one thing that our country, happy 4th of July, loves to do, it's to just find the stupidest, like, scapegoats for their fucking problems.
Fear-mongering.
It's easy, right? It's easy to blame it on the devil. It's easy to blame why your kid is a fuck-up, not because you're a bad parent or you haven't been doing this, you haven't been doing that. It's because he's playing D&D or he's listening to heavy metal music, right?
Exactly. Hey, speaking of music, how do you like the new season 3 intro?
Yeah, I forgot about that because I'm a little bit tipsy. Because it's the 4th of July, it's a 3-day weekend, so I'm drinking.
I'm drinking now, not working tomorrow.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah, we're awesome. Not working tomorrow either. Yeah, so we're in the beginning of season 3, technically, because this is 2 years, so whatever.
So a new theme song every year?
Yeah, I think so.
It. Okay,
I like that idea, too.
Yeah,
you like that one? I like that one, too. And I've commissioned, again, Tim, I went out and I commissioned somebody. Yes, to make us some new album art. But this is actually a legitimate person. I spent more than $5.
You sure it's not racist?
It's not racist, Tim.
Okay.
That
I
other
know
one
that last
wasn't
fiver
racist.
that you spent was
Hey,
kind of racist.
You could make anything racist if you try hard enough.
That's very true.
Pro tip.
No, those people did not try hard at all. They're just like, okay, you want something, motherfuckers? Here it is.
Yeah, that
Listen,
Nigerian
it's
guy
not the Ben
scammed
Shapiro
me.
podcast we're doing here.
Yeah. Oh god. Yeah, that was bad. That's, you know what? That was only, if it was more than $5, I'd demand my money back. You're right, Tim.
Wait, hold on, for real? That was $5?
Yeah, that was $5.
So there's a website that people are like posting on, like, I'll do this, I'll do that for $5?
Yep.
I'll do a lot for $5.
Man.
I'll do a foot long for $5.
You know, I know I'm getting old, and I'm probably like, I'm not the first old person to say this, but fuck this younger generation. You're all fucked up and crazy. By the way, I'm starting my Fiverr account.
Yeah. Tim's going to take bong rips for $5 and then exhale and say whatever you want him to say.
You know what? Yeah, no. That's a great idea, Bo. I will put up on a Fiverr account, and people will send me like all their different type of drugs, and I'll take it and send them like a 5-minute video of what happens when I'm on their drugs.
I feel like, you know what one of our Patreon perks should be is Tim, like, making a recording for your alarm, being like, wake the fuck up, motherfucker.
That's a, oh God, yeah.
Oh,
Personalized
your phone's
Tim
ringing,
Gilbo.
cocksucker. Pick it up.
Hey, go
Why
check
don't you
on
have
the
your
laundry.
fucking headphones on so nobody can hear my voice on the subway?
Tim, you're giving it away. Don't do that.
Oh shit. Well, bleep it out. Bleep it out.
Yeah, I'll
halfway.
bleep it out. Exactly. All right, guys. So we're 30 minutes in. I'm going to take a break real quick and get a refill on my beverage. We'll circle back, and when we do, we'll begin talking about Uncle Sam.
Woo! It's gonna be good.
It's a good
The
movie,
best.
even though there's like barely any tits in it, but it's a good way. It's a good idea how you can see some tits.
All right, let's be back in 5.
Okay.
And we're back. Okay, so Uncle Sam. I guess I'll ask you first, Tim. What's your history with this movie?
Absolutely zero. I guarantee you that whenever this movie came out, if I was watching it, going into a video store or looking on Netflix Q, whatever, when this came out, there was no way that I ever would have fucking rented this movie.
No, I get that. What about you, Candice? Any history?
This is my second time viewing it.
Ooh.
This was, the first time was, you remember on the VHS, it had the lenticular hologram on it?
Yes.
Where
Yes,
it had,
I do.
like, you know, the Uncle Sam, and then it would move. It says, Uncle Sam wants you, and then it would move, and it's the zombie face, and it says, dead. You know, of course,
Come on,
I had to...
I have such a better tagline for this movie, but go ahead, Candace.
Well, of course I had to rent that movie. Why would you not rent that movie? So I watched it.
Just
and
because of a trick cover? No, see, trick covers are always a bad indicator, because if you're a good movie, you don't need a trick cover.
when you're like 10 years old, you don't think about that.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
So, you know, I rented it, and I didn't like it because I did not get it. You know, I was just expecting just, you know, a cheesy horror movie. And this is in some parts, but there's some heavy ass shit in this movie that went way over my
Larry
head when I was a
Cohen
little
is not
kid.
fucking around. His movies
Yeah.
are not made for kids.
Yeah, now I'm a huge Larry Cohen mark. I think he's one of the most underappreciated geniuses of our time. Like, he was fucking magic, and he was a genius. And I would marry him. I'm a little in love with him, I'm not gonna lie. Too bad he's dead.
Oh, wait, Candace, you're already married. You're gonna fucking create. You're gonna commit polygamy just for this guy?
Well, I mean, you know, there are ways to get out of a marriage without money being
Yeah.
involved. I watch
mean,
a lot
Tim,
of true crime shows.
To be fair, Tim, in her backyard on the 4th, there's going to be
There's
very, very
war.
loud explosions
Oh,
going
that's right.
on
Yeah.
under
All of a
that
sudden,
cover.
I don't know. The mortar went off my husband's face.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't know, his head's missing.
Oh,
Maybe
God.
there was a hunter.
But yeah.
When I was
Exactly.
young and I watched the stuff for the first time, I fucking hated it.
Oh, I
And now
loved
it's
it.
one of my favorite movies.
He's so clever. I can't even talk. I just love Larry Cohen so much because he's so smart and he's so good at making his point that you just can't miss it. But he does it in such a clever way that it's also funny.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh man. Whew. Larry
Okay.
Cohen.
So for me, I have a similar history with you, Candace, but I just didn't rent it. I saw the crazy cover of it, like you said. I just never could bring myself to rent it because I don't know. It was in the same place as I don't know if you remember Metamorphosis.
No.
That was another one that the cover of it, like you pushed on it, and then the guy's eyes would light up and it would play music.
Oh,
Is it like an
love
incest movie or something?
Metamorphosis?
Yeah.
Dark Metamorphosis.
I've never seen it, so I don't know, Tim.
Okay.
Yeah,
I
every
couldn't
time I
tell you.
hear
The title just like, whoa, wait a second, what the fuck is going on?
every time I hear Metamorphosis now, I always just hear from Symphony of the Night, Dark Metamorphosis. Anybody else get
Some
that
of the
reference?
Best, yep. Some of the best voice acting in a game, too. Die, monster. You
What
don't
is a
belong
man?
in this world.
Wait, are you talking about Castlevania?
Yep.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a great game. Okay, so this movie came out in 1996. Stellar year for horror, 1996, by the way. You had eventually Scream, which did kind of reinvent the slasher.
Mm-hmm.
To be fair,
Go ahead.
yeah. From Dusk Till Dawn,
Yes. Talk dirty to me.
fantastic. hmm The Frighteners,
Love that movie. Fucking
Fun.
love
Well,
that
you said the
movie.
Frighteners, but you're saying the Frighteners. Okay.
The Frighteners.
Man,
I'm
that
not
was
watching any fucking scary movie with Alex Keaton in it.
man. The Frighteners is one of those movies that I would quote all the time as a kid because I was very cool and popular.
Mm-hmm.
When Jeffrey Combs is like, "Sheriff, you are violating my territorial bubble." I said that all the time.
But you also had Head of the Family,
Yeah, I mean, can't all be
I
winners.
remember that one.
Bordello of Blood,
Oh.
and Leprechaun 4, Leprechaun in Space.
Oh, the best one.
So,
The best
not-
one.
Wait, did he go from the hood to outer space?
No, he went from outer space
he
to
went
the hood.
From space to the hood, yeah.
How the hell does that happen?
I don't know. Ask Warwick Davis.
Yeah, we gotta. I believe that actually Leprechaun in the Hood in the timeline takes place before space.
Look
But-
in the hood. Always
You
up
can't
to
go
no
into outer
good.
space then come back to fucking Earth.
I don't
mean, you
think there
could.
is
Wouldn't
a
it be
timeline.
great? Oh my god! Wait, hold on. I got a great idea. You want to
Okay.
reboot Leprechaun? Pick up from Leprechaun
No,
in
I
space,
don't.
right? And now make it where he went to like cryogenic sleep, and he wakes up on Planet of the Apes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm down with that. So the apes are stealing his gold, and he has to. Yeah, okay, yeah, that tracks, Tim. Also, Darkman 3 came out that year.
Mhm.
Was that Sam Raimi, or by that point he was already gone? For that?
Oh, he was gone.
There's no way Raimi was involved. I gotta look it up though.
Didn't
now,
he do
'cause it's
Darkman
funny.
2 though?
I think he did Darkman 2. Okay, so
Return of
no,
Durant.
this is
Darkman 2. He goes to Catman 2.
this is Bradford May directed that. It stars Jeff Fahey, of course.
Ooh.
Wow, that's a fucking drop. I mean, he's a great actor, but yeah, that's a drop.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So Bradford May directed Tremors the series.
Okay.
The TV show Tremor.
Yeah. It was
Why
on
did I feel
Sci-Fi.
like that was on Showtime?
It was on Sci-Fi.
I'm.
Was it?
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Yep.
He also did.
Even lower. You know what's
He
more
also-
fucked up than shows that are on Showtime? Shows that are on Sci-Fi.
Tim, he also did the Amy Fisher TV movie, Amy Fisher, My Story.
Oh.
That's a great fucking movie. I watched that. Oh my god, yeah. Amy
Yeah.
Fisher, she had it going on.
Oh, Jesus, Tim.
Oh, gross! The subheading of it is lethal Lolita.
Lethal Lolita. That's right. That was a New York. I think that was
God.
a New York Post headline with her picture.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
Fucking
Come on.
New York Post.
The guy's name was Joey Buttafuoco.
Yeah. That
Okay,
was pretty
come
funny.
on. His name was Buttafuoco. He ran a fucking detailed fucking shop, like car repair
Yeah.
shop. And this fucking girl, she kept crashing her car just so she could keep getting a fucking car fixed at his place.
And she was 16.
Yep.
16 years old, Tim. There you go. What a
Yeah,
piece,
no,
huh,
I
Tim?
know. I'm not saying what happened was right, but I remember her. She was
Oh no,
very
her
famous.
shooting somebody in the face was not right. You're going to go on the record to say that, Tim.
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Really going out on a limb there, Tim. So brave
I mean,
of you
look,
to say that.
That woman wouldn't have been. None of them would have been famous if none of that happened, right? So, I mean, everything worked out in the end.
I don't think it worked out in the end, Tim. I don't think that's the take. Whatever, though. All right. So, Candice, as you implied, this is Uncle Sam written by Larry Cohen.
Directed by William Lustig. Old
Yes.
Bill.
Mm-hmm.
So for those of you who don't know, though, Larry Cohen, he also wrote God Told Me To, It's Alive,
Oh,
the
it's my favorite.
stuff. Some of the stuff is
Yeah,
so
how come you
good,
can't
man.
find It's Alive to put in the blood bank?
It should be in there. You're right.
I think you said, I remember asking you, I think you said you can't find it.
Yeah, that one's a harder one to come by. So,
So if anybody out there knows where we can find it.
Yeah, I'll do another deep dive and see if I can find it. And then Candice, as you said, directed by William Lustig, director of Maniac, director of Maniac Cop.
Oh, yes.
And
that was also written by Larry Cohen.
Yes, so they're quite the team. It's funny because William Lustig always just directed, which is bizarre. Usually you get like they'll want to write direct, or they have their own pet project.
He knows what his lane is, right?
Yeah, and Tim, he's a famous nephew
Of?
Jack LaMotta.
You mean Jake LaMotta?
Or, sorry, Jake LaMotta.
Jack LaLanne. Jake LaMotta.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Jake Gyllenhaal. No. Raging Bull, Tim.
Yeah, Jake LaMotta.
Yeah, Jake LaMotta. Yeah. That's he's his nephew.
Have you seen that movie? Are you bored by that movie also?
I've never seen it. I've never seen Raging Bull.
God.
And I like Martin Scorsese, but I've just never seen it.
Mm-hmm. So we got some names in this movie. The titular Sam is played by stuntman David Shark Frolic.
Shark Frolic?
Yeah.
That's a
Shark
hell of
is
a
his
name.
nickname.
It's a hell of a name.
He sometimes is just like his character's name will be Shark when he's acting in a lot of movies. He's got a thing with sharks. Whatever. Good for
Who
him.
doesn't?
Wait, his name in other movies is actually Shark?
Yeah, as a character. He plays a character named Shark in other movies.
Okay. Man,
Yeah.
I mean, he
You
likes
got
the
me.
thing.
He's got a shark thing. I don't get people having weird nicknames and then leaning into it like that.
Yeah, no,
So
Shark is a cool nickname, but...
Like Eddie the
Yeah.
Axe.
Yeah, that was the joke, Candice. So he's done a lot of stunt work. He did stunt work in Jet Li's The One.
Hell yeah.
That's a fun piece of
so
shit.
they're like what? There was like an 85-year-old man who had to fucking jump down a staircase or something?
Yeah. No, I think he just got lit on fire and ran away because I think that's his big move, as we'll see by the end of the movie. He was also did stunt work in Gone in 60 Seconds.
Okay.
Which, great. He acted in Van Damme's Desert Heat as Matt Hogan. And then it says,
You
and
can
this one,
you can go from stuntman to acting in a Jean-Claude Van Damme movie very easily.
That's
I can
true.
see that,
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. And then I just have that he did stunts in Gerald's Game from 2017. And I'm like, what stunts? Yeah.
There's no stunts in that fucking movie.
There's no stunts in that
It was
movie.
the dummy hand when it got, the thing.
He wasn't the guy with the fucking bag of bones, was he?
Oh, maybe.
No.
I have no idea. It just says that he did stunts. And, he might have just put that up there. Maybe he just finds movies. And he's
he
like,
thinks
what, I
someone
did
else
Wait a
is
stunts.
second. No. Here's how I can figure he's in. Because isn't the thing where her and her husband go to their weekend cabin and he handcuffs her because they're trying to spice up their sex life, and while he's banging her, he has a heart attack and falls off the bed?
Yes.
So maybe he's the guy who fell off the bed.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that's right.
Because I can't think of any other fucking stunts in that movie.
Yeah, exactly. That's because there's nothing. I don't know. Maybe the dog when it bites the body and drags it off a little bit. Maybe that's him. I don't know.
He was the dog? Because I think I'm pretty sure that was
no,
a
the
dummy.
body. Yeah, it's probably a dummy. That's true. And then Tim, Isaac Hayes, who plays Sergeant Jet.
Oh, the Duke of New
I
York.
swear to God, I didn't see the fucking introductions of who all the people were in the movie. And at one point, I was like, "Wait a second, is that Isaac Hayes?" And I'm like, "No, wait a second. I don't want to just say that's Isaac Hayes, but yeah, that guy looks like Isaac Hayes." But yeah,
Mm-hmm.
It's because it is Isaac Hayes.
South Park, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You're goddamn
Schiff.
right, Candice. Duke of New York, #1.
Duke of New York,
Who
A
escaped
number
from
one.
New York.
Plus, he had some
And-
movie like. Wasn't he doing like some movie like Superfly or something like that? Oh,
He-
wait, Truck, right? Or Trucker? Whatever
Yeah.
they did on the grind bit.
Yeah, I know
Yeah,
what
he
you're talking
also did the some of the soundtrack of Shaft, of course,
Yeah.
famously.
He wrote the Shaft song.
Yep, and you're absolutely correct, too. He was the chef from Return to Sleepaway Camp.
Yeah.
No, he wasn't.
Yes, he was,
Yes, he was.
Tim.
So wait, hold on. He was a chef in Sleepaway Camp, and then he was
No.
a chef on South Park.
No, Tim. Return to Sleepaway Camp.
Oh, well.
Very important. Not
Yeah.
not the
The first
pedophile.
movie, not the first movie. Yeah.
Not the pedophile fat white guy that got burned alive.
I'm talking about all that
Return
young
to Sleepaway
chicken.
Camp.
Oh, they mean the guy who stepped on the 8-foot ladder to look down the fucking 12-foot pot?
Yeah.
See,
I
that's the
covered
kind of
Sleepaway
pot-
Camp on Daniel's podcast. We got to do it here, though.
That's
it's such a good movie.
That's the kind of pot that purist Mike Wood would have me and Tim buy to cook our pasta in, instead of just breaking it like a normal person.
So he can make fucking
Candace-
6-foot spaghetti.
Candace, your average pot looks like that compared to you.
That's true.
Well, you can put Candace in one of those pots and cook her up.
Oh, great. Oh, you guys would really appreciate this. So when I had my business luncheon, the informal business luncheon where it was just like a get to know you sort of thing, this guy
Informal.
literally looked over my head looking for me. I was standing right in front of him.
Did he pat you on the head?
No.
You're like, wait a second. Do you play Elden Ring?
He was
Whatever
looking.
that game is.
We're getting ready to order food, and he's looking around, and he just yells out Candace, and then I was like, I'm right here, and he looks down and jumps.
Oh, that sucks.
Oh, you're one of
Jesus.
those fun-size candies.
You snuck up on me.
Fun size
And Tim,
candy.
And Tim, the game where she got patted on the head was Final Fantasy XIV.
Oh, Final Fantasy, yes.
Then we have got Bo Hopkins as hard-dicked hero Twinings.
Dude, this guy's got a fucking deal going on, right?
Holy shit, this
All the
guy
bereaved
rules. It.
pussies
Yeah.
we
I
could
thought
ever
about
want.
this. I was like, you know what? Yeah, that shit's gonna fucking work. Holy
Yep.
fuck.
Yeah. And Tim, you might remember him from such hits as American Graffiti.
I remember him from The Fifth Floor, the greatest fucking movie ever made, where a woman goes to a mental institution because she likes to dance disco music too much.
That makes
So
sense.
stupid. He was also in Midnight Express.
Is he?
And, yep.
How?
He,
we didn't see his tit on the fucking plexiglass.
no, you didn't see his titty. He was, Tim, he was Tex in Midnight Express.
Put him against the
He
glass.
was also in The Getaway. He was in The Wild Bunch. And my favorite credit of his, though, he was in the Ben Affleck-led Dean Koontz adaptation Phantoms.
The Watchers. Let me tell you, that is such a great book because I remember reading Dean Koontz a long time ago, like before he became famous.
Mm-hmm.
He had I think his first book was Phantoms, which is an incredible fucking not Phantoms, Whispers.
Yeah.
And then Phantoms, which that movie was based on, which the book was so good, but that movie was so bad. And then he did another movie where I think it was called Night Key or something like that, where it's doing shit with subliminal messages that the government was sending out to people.
Yes,
whether
I
or
know
not
what
they
you're
can
talking
turn them
about.
into killers. Yes.
Yes, I remember that book. I've read a lot of Dean Koontz.
And Twilight Eyes by Dean Koontz. But then after a while, and maybe people are going to hate on me, but Dean Koontz turned into just writing the same fucking story over and over and over again with just changing a little bit of it. Because Watchers is also a great book, right?
Yeah.
Horrible movie. But just turning the same thing where some woman has a psychopath who's chasing after who might be a serial killer, might have some demonic thing going on, and some cop who's having dreams has to go rescue her.
You know what the last book of his, and it might be the one of them you're referencing, but the last book of his I read was Dragon Tears. And I was
Dragon Tears.
Fuck this. Tim, there's an entire chapter of it that is written from the perspective of a dog.
Well, no, that's Watchers.
That's Dragon Tears also, Tim.
Oh man,
God.
double dipping.
Yep.
From dog
And I was
POV.
like, you know what? Fuck this. Smells, so many smells. Bad smell, bad man. Fuck you. How about that? Fuck you. I just burnt the fucking book.
Come on. You going to tell me in Watchers where you didn't find out that fucking evil dog that didn't have anything to do with why he was evil, it was just a fucked up experience, had a mirror and a fucking Mickey Mouse doll? Come on, man.
Hey,
That
Tim,
shit
was
don't get
there
you
somebody...
crying, nothing's gonna.
Was there somebody in Watchers named TikTok by any chance? Because there's fucking was in Dragon Tears.
TikTok.
Yeah.
That was a fucking dog's name and not the main character's name.
Wasn't a Chinese app that was spying on people either. So we've also in this movie got PJ Souls, who is a horror legend.
Yes.
You know what's funny is whenever I see her name pop up, I always forget who she is. But I'm like, I know that name from somewhere.
You do, and you know it from, Tim? Well, first of all, she was Burned Barry's mom in this, and she, horror legend, she was in Carrie. She was in Halloween. Mm-hmm. And she is still doing it to this day. A lot of movies.
How is she not a fucking scream queen? How is she not famous like Leanna Quigley or Jamie Lee Curtis for being in all this fucking horror movies?
She's like an ancillary scream queen. She was never a final girl, really.
But you see her tits. You never see Jamie Lee Curtis's tits.
Yes, you not in a horror movie, but yes, you do.
Yes, in Halloween you see her tits, don't you?
What?
But
No.
PJ Souls, yeah, but not Jamie Lee Curtis.
Oh, yeah. No, Jamie Lee Curtis. Oh, that's right. Trading Places. Yeah.
Trading Places.
Yeah, but at that point, I was over.
What?
Yeah.
Dude, you just offended me to my soul.
Oh, my God.
Are you kidding me? Did you see her in Trading Places?
Yeah. I hated that fucking blonde curly hair wig. I couldn't get past it.
Okay, there you go. That's the problem. Fucking Tim, goddamn. So yeah, PJ Souls still doing it. Still doing it in horror movies, man. She was just in a couple of things. What was it? 1313. What the fuck was it?
Oh, not a 1313 movie.
No. Monster Manor 1313 is a TV series where they're talking about horror stuff, but she's in 13 Girls that's coming up. That's the one, which is about demon cops and Catholic schoolgirls. So, Tim, you're going to be all over that one.
She's the host of this great documentary that's on Amazon Prime called, what was it, like 50 Best Horror Movies You've Never Seen? Which, you know, when I see a list like that, I'm like, well, I'm starting from the top and working my way to the bottom. But she's
you're going to get pissed off at 48 of them.
That's not... Okay, yeah, Don't Look Now, not a good movie. Don't Look Now was not scary. It was stupid. I hated it.
Never heard of
Spider
it.
Baby was great.
I think I've seen that, yeah. Well, that's your movie, Candice.
Yeah, it is. Do you like spiders?
I do.
That's true.
Yeah, I have two of them now. I've got a new pet tarantula up here with me. It's a striped-legged Chilean tarantula. I fed it. I gave it 5 crickets. It ate 4 at once.
Damn.
God damn.
Hungry girl.
Yeah. Crazy. Or boy, we don't know.
Can I ask, what does tarantula shit look like?
That's a good question. I've never seen it.
How?
They have
what
to
do you mean
shit.
you've never seen it?
It's a living creature. It has to make waste.
Yeah, I've never seen it, though.
Huh.
What do you mean you've never seen it? Maybe you've never seen it take a shit, but you must have seen the evidence of it taking a shit.
No, I haven't.
So you make Elisa clean out the fucking tarantula tank. Nice, Eddie. Nice.
A, Alyssa.
I'm taking the baby
Elisa.
to the park. Clean out the fucking thing.
B, no, I've just never seen tarantula shit.
It might just be really small.
It probably is, yeah. No, because they're in this bedding of coconut husk, basically, that's been shredded up. So maybe it just like kind of falls into that or something.
You never change the coconut?
I do.
You put the lime in the coconut?
Yeah, then you throw the cat away. No, you just
you put the lime in the coconut to cover the tarantula shit smell.
Yeah, no, you just there's no smell either. Tim. Like, have you ever seen? Okay, I've had a spider on a wall in a house, right? Yeah. I've never seen that spider's shit on the wall. Have you?
Well, it's a tiny spider, but you got a tarantula. They're bigger, so I would imagine it's a little easier to see their shit than a fucking daddy long legs.
That's true. They only eat like once a week. You know that? They're like the cheapest pet. You throw them a couple of crickets. They're great. So finally, we've got Robert Forrester, Tim.
Yeah. When I was watching this.
When I saw him pop up, I was like, oh, yeah.
I was watching this, and I was like, wait a second, I know that guy. And I like paused it, and I'm like, that's fucking Robert Forrester.
What do you mean, I know that guy? And you had to pause it.
Well, he's older in this, so...
Yeah, he's got the same hair that he's had in every fucking movie since, like, 30 years ago.
But most recently, I watched him in Alligator. So that's what I was thinking of.
Okay.
He's in one of the best movies ever, Jackie Brown.
Exactly. Yep,
Best
Max
Tarantino
from Jackie
movie
Brown.
Ever.
Was also in Mulholland Drive.
Ooh, I have to watch that again. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm. And most recently, Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, he was Ed.
Yeah, I have to watch that show.
Speaking of David Lynch, let's talk about...
right. Yeah, Breaking Bad. Yeah, at the end of it. Yeah.
Let's talk about David Cronenberg and Crimes of the Future. So the parts that are really sexy to me is the penetration, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. Remember Faustus was bringing that up? And then now you get it, right?
Yeah, I do.
Oh, yeah. Okay, no, we'll get to that later. But right now,
you don't know what they're getting penetrated with until you see it.
Oh, yeah.
Speaking of sexy, we open in Kuwait.
Which is also very cold and green. This is the greenest and coldest I've ever seen Kuwait.
Yeah. And we just see one of the most spectacular mustaches I've seen in years. And we hear one of the most gruff voices that I've ever seen.
Oh, because that is... Do you have
that is legend William Smith.
Yeah.
Who is credited only as Major.
You know, the Grind Bin needs to do a William Smith month, right? They don't do months like we do, but, get on the fucking program. Do a whole fucking month of his movies.
So just off the top of the dome here, speaking of Grind Bin, you've got Grave of the Vampire, you've got Piranha, Candice.
Oh, yeah.
And he was in fucking Scorchy.
And he was in that fucking, what's that movie?
Get Even. Champagne and Bullets.
Yeah, Get Even. Yeah. As a satanic ex-cop who's now a judge guy.
He rolled up $1.
This dude's got the best fucking voice, man.
Plus, I'm trying to remember. I might be getting this wrong, but I think he was in that, I think it was like the first TV miniseries, Rich Man, Poor Man, with Nick Nolte and Peter Strauss. I think he was the guy who raped Nick Nolte in that movie. In that TV series.
That's a hell of a pull right there.
Damn.
I think I might be getting him mixed up with somebody else, some other rapist who looked like him.
Somebody else who raped Nick Nolte.
Yeah. That's not an easy job, let me tell you.
Was Nick Nolte the one that took GHB and they're talking to him about how it was the date rape drug? And he's like, I've never...
Oh, yeah. Oh, that? Yes, that was. Yes, that's right. That's right. No, not even that. But this guy went on a show just like to defend GHB because of how many times he took it and he never woke up being anally raped.
Yeah.
So I don't know what all these fucking women are talking about, man. Come on. Man up, women.
I got to find the quote because this is so fucking great. Because you know the famous mugshot of him in the Hawaiian shirt looking like...
Yeah.
Looking like somebody ran over and backed up over him like 14, 15 fucking times. You know what he looks like?
Very well, because that's when I was dating my girlfriend who I lived with for a while that had a president's wife's ex-name, an ex-president's wife's name. And she loved Nick Nolte, and she was in AA, and he was in AA, and whenever he slipped, she would like go into a fucking depression.
Oh, my God.
You didn't slip. It's somebody else to fucking slip. You don't even know this guy. But
That's bizarre.
Yeah, she was a bizarre woman. But she had red hair, so I stuck it out for 4 years.
What can you do?
Yeah, he looks like the doll Angelica had in Rugrats.
He looks like one of those troll dolls. If you put it on top of your pencil and you spin it really quick.
Or one of those dolls you used to give little girls to practice cutting hair and they fuck it up. That's what he looked like.
Yeah, Fisher Price.
Yeah. So you've been taking the date rape drug recreationally. And he's like, I never heard of that. Fucking goddamn. Anyhow, quite the tangent.
You know what that means? That means that he woke up a lot of times with his asshole hurting.
I don't think he actually got raped on it.
No, Eddie, come on. I think this is one of those cases of thou protest too much.
Okay.
Because if he's going to go on a radio show and specifically talk about how many times he's taken that drug, and he's never ended up waking up being raped, which I think the whole point of that drug is you don't remember being raped.
Oh, he woke up in the middle of it. Of course, that also is like, well, if he takes it recreationally, does that mean that he's like home alone, he's watching TV, takes a little date rape drug to help him sleep at night?
How do you take a date rape drug by yourself, Candice?
You just take it like any other drug.
Then what the
Yeah.
fuck do you do?
You pass
You wake
out.
up with your fucking dick stuck in the vacuum cleaner?
That's what
And
that's the joke I'm trying to get at, is the
Yeah.
fact that, yes, you can take a drug and not get raped. It's not like when you take it, a radio signal goes out to every pervert around you. They're going to find you.
I don't know, Candace. I'll tell you this. Go on New York City subway and cry and see how many fucking perverts come up to you.
And cry.
Tim, how many times have you been crying on the subway, buddy?
No, I remember. I was hanging out with my friend Mario.
Oh, God.
And
The biggest
him and his
pervert of them
girlfriend
all.
got into a fight. No, him and his girlfriend got into a fight, and they weren't talking for like the last half an hour. And like, all right, I guess everybody's going home. We were on the subway. She didn't want to sit with him, so she sat by herself, and she was crying because of the fight that they had. And dude, 2 fucking guys came up to her, one after the other, with, "What's wrong? What's going on? What's wrong? What's wrong?"
Oh, my God. That just makes me think of, like, how awkward that is if you, like, break up, but the only way to get back home is on a subway. So you have to take the same subway as the other person. You can't just take in your car and
being
leave.
in a car has got to be worse, Candace, because in a subway you can move between cars. You can get off and always wait for the next N train or R train, but in a car you're stuck.
Well, then you just
I
leave
think-
them on the side of the road. Tell them to go find their own fucking ride.
Worst.
You're gonna do a bang bus?
Fuck yeah.
Worst is you take a vacation with somebody to another country. You break up
my
during
God.
the vacation and then the flight back.
I have done
No,
something similar.
like 2 days into the fucking 7-day vacation, that's it. You realize, I made a mistake, and she knows she made a mistake.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
Candace, I feel like you have a story.
yeah. I got to Scotland because I broke up with my boyfriend, and my ex-boyfriend was like, "Well, why don't you come to Scotland with me, and we'll get you off his mind. We'll get him off your mind, you know." So the ex-boyfriend's
We'll
like,
get
"I'm
you
going
off,
to pay
yeah.
for
What he's
everything."
thinking about, Candace. Yeah, that's right. He's like, oh, here's some rebound pussy.
The
Bingo.
ex-boyfriend's like, "I'm going to pay for everything. Let's go to Europe." So I'm like,
Oh.
"Okay."
Candace.
And he's
Okay,
like, as soon as you
stop.
got there, he's like, can I see your passport? Hey, nice passport. Let me
Full-
keep it here in my pocket.
Full stop. You knew he was trying to fuck, right?
Yeah, I did, but I was okay with it.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Yeah, no, that's good. Yes, I like that, Candace.
So
Candace
he-
is being honest.
He buys non-refundable tickets to Paris. We were already in Edinburgh, and we were supposed to go to Paris the next day. He buys these non-refundable tickets. We get in a fight so long and so huge and hard, and not in the sexy way where we're like screaming at each other in
There's
the
no
streets.
fucking this fight out. Yeah.
Yeah, it was bad. And then I did not get to go to Paris because I got into a huge fight with my ex-boyfriend that I should not have gone to Europe with in the first place.
So he left you there?
No, he didn't go either. We just
Oh.
pouted for like a couple days.
Oh, come on. Wait, hold on. Hold the fuck on, Candace. Isn't it better to fucking pout in Paris than it is in fucking Scotland, Edinburgh?
We were just so mad at each other. Like we just, oh man, whew, that was a good relationship.
Damn.
You know it's a problem when you can't fuck at the fight out, right?
No.
Yeah.
That's a fight. That's a tipping point. There's no amount of fucking that's going to happen that's going to get this fight fixed.
And this is
When
the
both-
ex-boyfriend who looked exactly like Benedict Cumberbatch. So no, I can't like watch anything with Benedict Cumberbatch without thinking of him.
Oh.
Oh, that rules.
Now here's a question, Candace. Does your husband know that, and that's why you want to watch? What the fuck is a thing? Multiverse of Madness.
I cannot mention him around my husband. I cannot.
So your husband knows.
Oh, he knows.
Yeah. So there's no watching Sherlock for you.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Damn.
It sucks because it ruins like all of this good stuff for me because now I'm like that fucking asshole. I wasted so much time with him. You know,
Yeah, I
that
feel the same way
relationship.
whenever I see Helen Hunt.
Well, Tim, you just can't watch the original Jurassic Park.
Helen Hunt.
She's not in that movie.
You can't watch Twister.
Twister.
Yeah, Twister,
God damn it.
yeah.
Okay, same. Yeah. God damn it.
Oh.
Close enough.
But yeah, sorry about that tangent. That was
No, it's fine. That was worth
I
it.
think that's why people listen to the show, right? Who cares
Yeah.
about this fucking movie?
No, this movie's stupid. So yeah, we cut to the major riding out over this scene of an attack where we find a grounded whirlybird.
You know how crazy I am? Here's how crazy I am. I'm thinking, because they're driving a Humvee over the desert, I'm thinking, what if somebody's sleeping in a sleeping bag in the middle of the fucking desert from camping out?
Why would you be camping in the middle of the desert in Kuwait?
I don't know. Who knows? I think it's kind of like you really have to drive extra carefully. You're driving in the desert.
Don't drive on any weird humps.
Yeah, you think people are just like, they have camouflaged sleeping bag? You know how hot it is out there?
It's at nighttime. The fucking they have their light beams on, but they're not the high beams. So who knows what you're going to run over?
I mean, Tim is right. It is, cold in the desert at night. You've been
that's
desert,
true.
Yeah.
I used to live there. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, Tim, you're right. I bet there's thousands of people that just get ran over by
every
Humvees.
year. The government just keeps covering it up.
Well, they literally cover it up because they just
blame
get
it on those
driven
fucking Trevor's
into
monsters.
Well, Tim, you remember how much of an epidemic quicksand used to be? Now the quicksand's all stuffed up full of bodies.
What happened to quicksand? Really? At what point did we stop as a nation being afraid of quicksand?
What point did we as a society forget about the dangers of quicksand?
Yeah. I think,
when I was a kid, all the old people who listen to this show, which I think is like 4, they're all going to know. Quicksand was a gigantic,
huge threat.
You were more afraid of quicksand than you were afraid of clowns when I was a kid, okay?
Cancer.
If a van pulled up with 3 clowns in it, I would have gotten into that quicker than walking across maybe a place that had quicksand.
And piranhas.
Yeah, quicksand was a big problem. Piranhas were a big problem, and a coconut hitting you in the head.
Quicksand, that's a fucking movie.
Oh, shit.
Quick
that is
Rana.
a good movie.
Quick Run. Oh, shit.
No, that
sci-fi. Where's $1 million?
Exactly. That, Tim, and the threat of a coconut hitting you in the head and giving you amnesia. That could only...
Yes, that's right. Yes. Coconut was a big fucking danger because it was like really fucked up because like you got hit in the head and then you walked into fucking quicksand and you didn't remember how you were supposed to get out.
Yeah, but then, Tim, the only cure for that amnesia was being similarly struck in the head.
Yeah, getting kicked in the head by a donkey.
It's like one of those things where, oh, my leg hurts. Oh, step on my foot. Oh, my foot hurts. Oh, so it's okay.
I think the problem is that most of these were remedied by the Harlem Globetrotters showing up, and they fell out of fashion. I think that's the problem, Tim. So anyway, we find out that this soldier dude died due to friendly fire.
And this has been like covered up in sand for a while.
Yeah, the timeline on this.
There's something about there was a storm that unveiled the helicopter.
Yeah, but
these
so
fucking bodies are fucked up.
Apparently, he died 3 years ago, and they find his body, and he looks like he's made out of hamburger.
Were we still in Kuwait after 3 fucking years?
Well, they have his body. His downed helicopter was covered by sand.
Yeah,
right. Oh, yeah, that was the quicksand, Tim. See?
I mean, it's 3 years, so it's slow sand.
And then global warming dried it out. That's what took the 3 years. So then the sand blew away. And I love, they go out there and they're like, oh, it was friendly fire. Then zombie dude pops up and he just shoots the shit out of both of them.
Yo, but this is such a great thing because this guy's a fucking Marine. You don't waste a bullet if you don't have to, right?
Yeah. Oh, God, because, he holds the dude up and shoots through him to shoot the guy behind.
That's awesome.
So good, man.
Yep.
It looks so good. And he's like, hey, don't worry. It's only friendly fire.
Yeah. And then what happens to this guy?
Our buddy? Well, he just lays back down and he's like, I'm dead.
So for 3 years, this guy's been buried under sand, right?
Yeah.
A windstorm comes along, uncovers the sand. They find it. They report it to the U.S. military. The U.S. military gets their fucking lazy ass out there after 3 fucking months of paperwork and all that shit. And this guy's still fucking alive to do this shit. And then he dies?
Well, Tim, I think it's implied that he was dead. I think he was a zombie.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So he's playing the long game. He's like, how do I get back to the States as a zombie? Because I don't have a fucking passport.
Oh, that's true. Zombies don't have passports.
Oh,
it's impossible.
That reminds me. Did you guys ever see the Masters of Horror episode Homecoming? Because I was thinking of that episode
might
a lot.
have. I watched a bunch of those.
It's when all of the dead veterans like come back to life and they go vote.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I remember
Wait
that.
a second.
Oh.
That's illegal.
You
Wait a
need
second. Hold on a second. Stop the steal.
Yeah. Oh, you need to watch that episode if you love satire.
That was the premise or the twist of the movie Black Sheep with Chris Farley and David Spade.
Oh, yeah.
The dead veterans were voting for his father?
Gary Busey's dead relative was voting. You got to go watch Black Sheep again. That's a fun movie. So then we get this lovely star-spangled montage and credits.
I was watching the second. I told you I watched this 2 times. I watched this with the director's commentary, and I think Larry Cohen was on this.
Yeah, I haven't seen the director's commentary. How is that?
I watched it halfway through because I discovered on the second time I couldn't watch it on 1.5 times speed with the director's commentary on, so I stopped it.
Okay.
But yeah, this is completely 100% an anti-war movie.
Oh, you think?
Yeah, 100%, Tim.
No shit,
I mean,
Tim. I don't think they pussyfoot around that. I think they make that very clear.
They're pretty overt when they.
Because what they said at this point, all you would have to do, because I think they did the commentary like 5 years or 7 years after the movie came out. It's like all you'd have to do is change it from Kuwait to Iraq.
Yes,
and it would still fit.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. But like. That was such a weird. The Gulf War was such a weird fucking time. Oh, that was the conversation I was having with the trading cards that were like the Norman Schwarzkopf and fucking George Bush.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Man, Storm and Norman, man.
There used to be just trading cards you could fucking buy for that shit, and people were like, "Oh, I got them. I collected them." Like that was such a big. The
Dude,
whole
okay, hold on, Eddie. What's up with the fucking
missile?
army and playing cards? Because they did that. They did trading cards for the Gulf War. And then after 9/11, they had the 52 most wanted fucking Arab terrorists in the whole fucking world, right?
Yep.
It's a way to commercialize war, which is fun.
No, it's a way to. I think it's a way to make it into a game. And it's something that everybody can relate to because everybody's played cards, right? One way or the other. You all know what the 2 is the lowest thing and the king is the highest card, right?
Well, ace, but yeah.
Well, ace. Oh, I forgot about the ace. That's right.
Ace in the hole.
Everybody knows cards. Oh, I forgot about the ace. Tim, you're the best, man. I love you.
And you're talking to a guy who went to a casino and got a straight flush almost.
Oh, almost.
I have gotten a straight flush, and I had no idea what I was doing, and I pissed off so many people.
No, Ken's, yes, that's right. Straight flush. I almost missed out on the royal flush. I missed
okay. Yeah, Tim, I graduated medical school almost. Because I went to a school.
So much because my wife got so pissed at me because I was only playing that fucking poker machine for like 10 minutes, and I fucking hit that straight flush, and I won like $600, $700, and I hit cash out.
Yep.
I was like, that's it. I'm done. There's no way I'm beating this shit anymore.
People who play poker seriously get so mad. They get so mad when you win and you don't know what you're doing. Like, it pisses them off so much. They take it so seriously.
No, I know what I'm doing with poker, Candice. I mean, even though I forgot about the ace being like the highest card, I know what I'm doing.
Tim's a real card shark.
You see me playing 21.
Yeah, hit me. What the fuck is that? What's the A? How much is a fucking
kings. I got 2 kings. Hit me. I got an ace. Oh, fuck, I lost.
The fuck is an A? I never heard of a fucking A. That's not a number. That's not a piece of the royal family. Get it the fuck out of here. Yeah. So now we cut to fucking Twin Rivers 3 days before Independence Day with a young Jody. Is this a boy named Sue scenario? Is that why this kid goes so hard with war, Tim?
Yep, that's right, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, come on, yeah. If you're a dude, and especially at this time, if you had a name that could go either way, of course they were making... No matter what your fucking name was, they were making fun of it, right?
Well, this kid's such a piece of shit. I get why everybody should make fucking fun of him. First of all, he's got an autographed 8x10 of his uncle next to him.
Yeah.
in his bedroom.
That's always weird. Having an autographed picture by your family member.
Yeah,
right?
it was signed like a piece of memorabilia. Yeah. That was so weird.
Right.
I think it had to go with
framed.
the fact that he worshipped his uncle so much.
Oh, yeah.
Well, yeah,
And
I mean,
his
definitely.
uncle clearly like ate up the attention.
Has anybody in the history?
Because his uncle's like, I don't know, for some reason, all these bitches in my life can't stand me. This little kid loves me. Yeah.
yeah, I keep beating the shit out of women, but the kid loves me. No,
if only beating the shit out of women was what he was doing. Yes.
Yeah.
That's part of it. So, question: Who have you ever cared about an uncle? Aren't they always just kind of there? Like, right? This kid though, 100% about his uncle. And by the way, his mother, who is the uncle's sister, clearly I'm not going to say encourages, but why is she giving him these photos and shit and framing? Like,
why is she buying him those toys?
I think.
Oh my god!
I think that what it is that she explains later in the movie. He's just a kid. He doesn't understand, and if you tell him now, he still won't understand exactly.
Yeah,
why.
but Candice, you don't feed into that not understanding by buying him all fucking toys like that, right?
But
if anything, you're buying this kid a fucking Barbie doll castle.
But if she does that, then she alienates him, and she can't undo any damage that the uncle does.
The kid is already alienated. Trust me. Nobody in that when he goes to class and he tells that fucking story, the kid next to him is still fucking scribbling in his notebook.
Yeah, the entire town is alienated from this fucking kid, Candice.
Well,
don't worry.
No, I'm saying the mom is like, if I alienate him, I can't undo the damage that is being done to him.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Which one's
please.
the mom? And which one is the friend, sister, aunt, whoever the fuck she is?
All of the women in this movie look alike.
Yep. And again, listening to the director's commentary, he's like, I made a huge mistake. He's like, I should have at least had one of them change the color of her hair because nobody knows who the fuck she is. No, Is this the girl from the car? Is this the girl from the beginning of the movie? What's going on?
Even the girl that's upstairs naked with Uncle Sam peeping on her was
that's
close enough. Like, oh my God. Get a redhead in there. Get something. Spice
See, that
it
would
up.
make more sense for the kill. If Uncle Sam, the guy on the stilts, was looking at one of the aunt or the mom or the friend or the friend or whoever the fuck these are.
Yeah, then the fear is, right, that it's him returning and peeping. Anyhow, we'll get to that. So this fucking psycho kid, he's dreaming about his uncle. He knocks over the glass and breaks it, the glass in the frame. Steps on it and cuts his foot in the middle of the night. Now, Tim, I've got a kid.
Yep.
If my kid stepped on glass,
they're screaming their ass off, right?
Yeah, they're not going to be like, oh, shucky darn.
No,
I guess I better go
hold
tell
on. Your
mama.
kids don't want to grow up to be fucking Green Berets, right? Green Berets sucks that shit up.
No. He's still a pussy because I actually got cut on a broken picture frame and I had to have 8 stitches in my leg. But the only reason anybody found out I was actually cut is because I just limped back into the bathroom and was like using gauze and tape to like just shut it. I didn't tell anybody that I got cut.
Oh shit. Candice, when I was a kid, I was a total fucking pussy because I remember one time after school I fell down running in the snow and I put my hands out to stop my face from falling on the ground and I lodged a fucking pebble in the palm of my hand. Mm-hmm. And I remember yelling and screaming down the block, I'm bleeding! And I ran into a funeral parlor and they helped me.
Tim, I'm going to tell you the difference between Tim and Candice and your upbringing. Tim, you had faith that the people that were surrounding you would take care of you, and you wanted them to help. Candice?
That's very true.
I am hold on. I do also have an over Candice because I am a white guy, so people are going to help me a lot more.
And Candice, I identify with you because I always felt growing up I could probably do a better job on my own.
I'll handle this. So I just limped into the bathroom, got some gauze and some tape, and was taping my leg up. And my oldest sister walks in and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I showed her and she goes, "No, you need to go to the hospital."
It's like, ooh, that's bad. Ooh. Yeah. Oh, God damn it. So, yeah, this kid, stomps on some glass, goes over to his mother and is like, hey, can you fix my foot, please? And she's like, all right, great. So she starts fixing his foot up, patching it up. Mom, Sally, by the way. But doesn't matter. We don't need to know her name.
Is she the
we don't
blonde
need to
one?
know. Yeah, the blonde one. And he's like, hey, by the way, Mom, I had this dream about my dead uncle marching at the 4th of July parade. And she's like, that's nice, sweetie. You probably shouldn't be dreaming about your dead uncle.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know he's dead yet. They just think he's
At
missing.
this point, you should be dreaming about things that are giving you strange, wet dreams when you wake up, right?
Yeah, you should be dreaming about, like, I don't know, boobs with soap on them.
Mm-hmm. Oh, soapy tits. Nice
There you go,
tits,
Tim.
Yeah.
So now we cut to Officer
They're clean and
McSmooth.
slippery.
Officer McSmooth. I guess he was having an on-duty date with the other blonde woman.
Dude, is my fucking tax dollars going to get this guy a fucking roadhead job? Huh?
He doesn't get anything. No, literally only 2 men in this movie are successful. Every other man tries to touch a woman, and they immediately like shriek at him like a siren and bat him away.
Well, I
Which
think
love.
I think at this point, what the movie is telling us is, forget about women. Touch a little boy. That's where you're going to get some action.
God, Tim.
Right?
No, Tim, this is military. This isn't Boy Scouts. So, yeah, he's just on a date with Uncle Sam's wife, Louise, right? The other blonde woman.
Is this when she does the eye roll?
Yeah, because he like tries to touch her, and she's like, and she recoils.
Yeah,
and you know what?
I was like, are they
Go ahead.
supposed to be like in a relationship? Because she's like, don't come in my house. I
No,
don't want
think
people to
he's
see me
using
with
his
you.
position as a police officer, Candice, to get this whole thing going. It's like every time she goes to like two fucking miles over the speed limit, he's pulling her over.
Yeah, he's all like, can I come in? She's like, I got stuff to do. I got to wash my hair. He's like, well, I do have a warrant.
It's one of those things like, you want to go home or you want to go to jail?
You want to wear the
You want to
cuffs
go to my
in
house
bed,
or you want to go to jail?
You want to put the cuffs on? Where are we going with it? So no, then she's like, all right, I'm done with this. By the way, you're on duty. So he fucks off.
Yeah.
And this is when we meet Uncle Sam's army buddy, Sergeant Twining.
The Duke of New
who's just
York,
waiting
number one.
around.
No.
No,
that's later on.
Sergeant
Oh,
Twining.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's later on.
I have written down is this movie is so good because it does all the scenes where there's one actor at a time perfectly.
Yeah.
This guy,
yeah.
he's not talking to anybody except for the camera, right?
Oh, yeah, 100%. So, Mr. McFeely up the wives of dead soldiers.
Hey, I came here to tell you that we found your husband's remains after 3 years, and you weren't home, so I took a nap on your fucking your back porch waiting for you to come home.
Fucking insane, right? And so he's like, so, hey, we're going to bring his dead body around here.
Eddie.
Maybe.
He might be insane, but the motherfucker's batting 750.
So if you're batting 750, you're in the Hall of Fame. So this
And I was
guy
like,
is an OG.
oh, I get that now.
He is in the Pussy Hall of Fame. That's right, man.
Pussy getting Hall of Fame, hard dick and warrior.
750? Fucking, there's no fucking pickup artist who can bat 750.
No.
Magic ain't hitting that number.
Mm-mm.
Whatever his name was.
But Twining, he is. So he's all
I thought his name was Twinning.
Twinning. He's winning. I'll put it that way.
Scissoring.
He's all like, by the way, I'll be down at the fucking Hojo if you want to get your pussy stuffed a little bit later.
No, not yet.
Yeah, that's true. So it's like, yeah, we found his helicopter shot down. Here's his dog tags. Can we pencil you in for delivering his rotting dead body to your fucking house on Thursday?
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, what?
Yeah,
I
and
don't think this is...
She doesn't seem too tore up about it, but then you see why. She's not too
think
tore up
about
about it.
Candice, he's been buried in the fucking sand for 3 years.
Yeah,
what
at this
can
point,
any mortician do to his body that's going to allow it to be sitting in your house for 3 fucking days? Maybe he's dried out like a fucking mummy or something.
Yeah.
But...
I was going to, actually, Tim, he's probably desiccated at this
He's
point.
probably jerky.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, then he's like, here's the dog tags. We can give him a military burial. She's like, nah, I want to bury him next to his
By the
bitch
way,
of a
one
mother.
of the dog's heads is bent. How the fuck did that happen?
Probably in the crash. Because he was in a helicopter that was shot down.
Okay.
Or maybe the sergeant bit it.
Oh, that's right,
You know
because he was the gunner sitting in the fucking in the front of the helicopter, right? Yeah.
So then dude's all like, so you want to go get a drink or, And she's like, nah, I got to go cry. Fuck it out, yeah. So she's like, nah, I got to go cry. Shuts the door on him, cries it out. Then we cut to Sergeant Chef.
That's when we get the Duke of New York A#1.
Yeah. And he's doing his best Travis Bickle, too many donuts, smell like too many mothballs, suiting up like...
Can't fucking button that button, yeah.
Yeah. He's been living his life a little bit too comfortably.
But he
He's got to
can't button
go
that button by like a hair. If he eats one less fucking donut, he could button it.
If he could button that button. Come on, Tim.
Yeah, come on.
And it's such a great
Army
scene,
buttons
though.
don't burst.
Because who's he talking to?
The red light?
The deli sign outside of his house?
Yeah. And let me say, again, listen to the soundtrack. The only thing they could find was a deli sign, and like, hey, it worked.
Oh, God. No, you know what? I will give Isaac Hayes credit for it. He is fucking going for it in this movie. Like,
This might be the best thing I've ever seen him in.
I mean, it might be his performance is great. I don't know if it's the best thing he's ever been in.
Well, okay, again, listen to the director's commentary, or whoever, because I wasn't listening to from the beginning, so I'm just assuming it's the director and Larry Cohen talking. Do you know who was their first choice as this character besides Isaac Hayes?
No.
Billy Jack, Tom Lofkin. But they couldn't reach him. But they were able to reach Isaac Hayes.
Yeah. You know what? I'm glad it was Isaac Hayes.
Oh, yeah. Come on.
He's so
Billy
good.
Jack can't fucking act. All that guy knows how to do is fucking foot shit.
Yeah. So the next morning, Louise tells Sally about her rough night. She's like, man, my stupid kid, he's up there reading his fucking war comics. You know?
Reading his She-Hulk comics. Yeah.
Yep.
Shut up. Don't you dare.
Oh, my God.
Why is that kid so quiet?
Candice, this is your son.
Oh my God, my son is so like gentle and like a very sweet kid that like
he likes the She-Hulk because she's raging. Oh, I'm ready to fuck. Oh, yeah.
He actually wants to be a vegetarian because
What?
He wants to be a vegetarian? What does that mean?
Well, except he can't stand the idea of eating nothing but vegetables and not eating meat.
Okay.
But
There's lots of things I want to be, but I can't stand it, so fuck it.
Oh, my God.
the very idea of like hurting something just like physically sickens him.
That's sweet.
He's a very sweet kid.
No,
Yes.
no, that's good. That's good. All right.
Yeah,
Look, everybody's got their thing, right? That's it.
My
For
brother
me, it was Wilma Flintstone.
My brother was
What?
like, I want to take him hunting. And I'm like, no. Like, don't take him hunting.
No, that's going to fuck that kid out,
No.
man.
No. Fuck that shit. Yeah. Look, if he grows up, and as much as I hate it, if he wants to go hunting, then that's a different story. But you don't put a kid in that situation
No.
without them knowing what's going on.
No. It would not end well.
Fishing. Furthest I'd go is fishing.
Yeah, fishing is okay.
Oh, yeah, he
That's
loves
still a
fishing.
fucked up thing when you think about it, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I don't think too hard about it.
Those fish are drowning in air.
Still hunting, but they're stupid. So who
Yeah.
cares?
They don't make pain sounds like other animals do. So who cares?
Right.
No, fishing is a little bit more of a fair chance than hunting is, because now hunters are, but I'll say this right now. Again, all hunters are fucking pussies unless You take that fucking camo off. You stop using those fucking duck calls or whatever the fuck it is that you use to lure the animal there. And you take a fucking knife to a lion. You kill that lion with a knife. Put that fucking lion's head on your fucking mantle. Otherwise, shut the fuck up, you pussies.
I don't know. Deer jerky's really good.
What if the lion's been drugged?
Oh, those things like, wait, you mean like you're talking about with like Don Jr. and Eric go hunting, where they take zoo animals, they fucking drug them up, they open up the cage, and they run out and they shoot them 5 feet away from the cage.
God, it's so horrible. Don't even talk about it. It's just gonna make me sad.
Yeah, no problem. See, this is where your son gets it from. He doesn't have that killer instinct.
He does not.
No, that's a good sign, Candice. Yeah.
So yeah, now he monologues to himself, cursing God because it's his survivor's guilt for being the only person in his team that lived through the war.
When we find out what he had to do to live through the war, he might have some guilt, right?
Yeah, you might have some issues.
Like, it gets super fucking heavy immediately.
It's a Larry Cohen movie. I have not, as much as I always shit on Larry Cohen before.
Why?
Why would you? Thought he, when he was like at his peak doing all these movies, I thought these were all like cheap fucking bullshit fucking movies.
God, they're brilliant.
But this guy really fucking knows what the hell he's doing. He's really incredible.
Oh, he's like I said, he's so smart. He's so clever. He is so good at what he does.
Yeah, because how did Chef live, Tim?
I don't know how. Oh, that's right. Yeah, because he had to cover up because he was in the Korean War, right? Because at one point I was like, "What war is he talking about?" But then he does say Korean. He does say a Korean place where he had to fight, and Korea is incredibly fucking cold. Which, by the way, if all goes to plan, I'm going to Korea this year with my wife in fucking January.
Oh God!
Yeah, in January. Out in the fucking sticks, where it's going to be really fucking cold. There's no heating except for yuntans, which if you're Korean, you know what a yuntan is. If you don't, look it up.
Go ahead.
So how did Chef keep warm, Tim?
By putting dead bodies all over himself and keeping warm that way.
This dude's in a foxhole. He drug all of his dead comrades' bodies on top of him to keep warm.
Which, by the way, this is a big fucking trope in stories with people in, like, wars, right? With doing shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like in Ravenous.
That's also a trope like in Texas when the little girl had to smear her dead
Eddie, you fucking beat me
blood.
to it. Okay. See, all right. That's why we're a good trio, because I set you up and you fucking knocked it out of the park.
Mm-hmm. But that's just school. That's not a war zone.
That's not a war. No.
No.
Going to school is not like war.
Although Jody treats school like being in a fucking war.
Oh my God, this fucking kid. Such a shithead. Oh.
I love this shit. So he's just using his teacher as his therapist.
Yeah,
dude, this is fucking incredible. This would stop the whole fucking class, right? This is where you have to go see the fucking school psychiatrist.
At this point in the movie, I'm like, this is a really good fucking teacher for putting up with this kid's shit.
No shit.
Because he just walks in, he's like, hey, teacher.
Hey, why do you look like George Bush?
Yeah, that's true. Hey, you're reading us that dumb book while 9/11's happening. No, so he's like, look, teacher, I just found out my uncle's dead. Mm-hmm. And the teacher's like, that's cool.
Yes. And see, here's what an innocent time this movie was made in. This kid talks about his dead uncle who was in the army, and he brings a fucking ammunition box with him to school.
Oh my God.
I have that note. I was like, no fucking way would you do that. Would they even let you walk through the door with that now?
That kid? No, that kid would have been expelled fucking years ago. Because he would have been
expelled years ago, but he would have come back months ago.
Yeah, that's true. It's very true, Tim. This kid is fucking unhinged. Because he's all like, okay, cool, well, I'm going to get up in front of the class and show off my dead uncle's medals.
Yeah, apropos of nothing. It had nothing to do with what the teacher was talking about.
This isn't show and tell. The teacher was talking about, like, I don't know, what different things smell like or whatever kids are learning about at that age.
But also, you're kind of stuck, right? Because you can't shut this kid down. Because I'm assuming in the small town, they all know what happened to his uncle, right?
Yes, they all know exactly what happened.
Because he won't shut the fuck up about it. This kid... is insufferable, this child.
Oh,
So
he's the worst.
Yeah, so he goes up there. He's all like, "Here's all my uncle's battles. This is where he got shot, so he got a Purple Heart." And this is just this shithead kid
I
walking
kind of
around
like the
with a
kid
Purple
because
Heart.
I can understand, because if you're a kid and all you know is the propaganda about your uncle,
Yeah.
of course you're gonna fucking
Yeah,
build
when
him
you-
up and all that shit, right? You don't have a dad, so what's the next best choice? Your fucking uncle, who's a war hero or a war zero.
And that's why, kudos to the teacher, because, kids, they just repeat what they've been told. They don't actually think about anything.
Well,
no, he takes that shit to heart, Candice. What are you talking about?
Well,
Tim, we'll get into the fucking psychopathy of this kid's propaganda heart here in just a second.
yeah,
Fucking shit.
because I was gonna say, when you're a kid, you just repeat the things that you hear growing up. You don't really think about it. You just assume that they're right. And the teachers, and I've said some stupid shit in class that I have heard from my family, and the teachers were just like, okay, well, here's where you're wrong. Very patiently telling me why I was wrong.
Yep, and that's why Candice values the well, actually.
And that's why CRT will never be taught in school in America. We can't be telling our kids they're wrong about anything.
Yeah. So he asks the teacher, "Were you ever in the military?" And the teacher says, "No." See, I was born.
Why does he give so much away? Why is he fucking showing his whole hand on this shit?
Oh, I know. He was like, "No, I was born during Vietnam, and there were a lot of protesters back then because
some of us didn't think that war was right or just."
Yep.
Right. It was a little bit different than like World War II, maybe.
Let me tell you this. I'll tell you, as a white guy growing up in the middle class, whatever fucking part of the country this shit is going on, no Vietnamese ever called me a racist.
Okay. Very good.
That's a Muhammad Ali joke. Somebody's going to get that.
Okay. So,
this is where I have in my notes. Do you think Larry Cohen has something to say about the military and the government in this movie? I don't know. It's hard to tell.
Yeah.
Listen to this fucking movie with the director's commentary. Whoever the fuck those two people were talking.
Yeah. You know what? I'm not getting the subtext. I think the text is a little too heavy. So he's like, yeah, well, my Uncle Sam, said guys like you were pussies. And the teacher's like, well, that's fucking offensive, you piece of shit. Go sit down. He's like, no. I didn't say it.
I didn't say that. I'm just saying what he said.
Yeah, it's one of those things. If this was made today, what that kid would have said is, some people say, you're the pussy.
It's the Trump move. Listen, people are telling me.
No.
Eddie, that goes back further. That's not the Trump move. That's the Fox News move.
I was thinking of my son during this because, of course, kids repeat the things that they hear at home. So when the elections in 2020 were happening, of course, me and my husband, very anti-Trump, and we would not stop talking about how much we fucking hated him. And so my son would go to school and repeat the things that we said. And of course, we're in rural Missouri. What kind of reception did you think he got with that? The school did like a mock voting, and he was,
hey, you know what, kids? We support free speech. Tim. Okay, we support everybody expressing their opinion. No problems at all. No repercussions.
Okay, Candice, your son's school did a mock what?
A mock voting where they pretended to vote for, the president.
Oh, God. And your son was the only one who didn't vote for Trump, right?
Yep. He was the only one who voted for Biden.
Wow. Your son was fucking 12 angry men in his classroom over fucking Trump.
And I was like,
Grandma's Henry Fonda was right.
And I just took him by the shoulder and I was like, you did good, kid. I was like, if you find yourself in the majority, step back and reconsider. I was like, those are words to live by.
Especially where you live.
Yeah.
Move to California, change your mind. No, that's good. So then this fucking piece of shit, though, Jody, the teacher's like, sit down. He's like, fine, but I'll tell you what. I'd join the military. The president ever tells me to kill somebody, I'll fucking kill him. Whatever the president says, I swore a goddamn
I'll fucking storm the Capitol if he gives me some kind of semi-quasi fucking hints.
Yeah,
because he's never wrong.
I'll storm through the mud and the blood and bone and stomp on the skulls of any minority from whatever country we decide we hate.
And laugh at the lamentations of their women. Yes.
Exactly.
Even though I don't understand what language they lamentate.
They're lactating.
Lamenting. That's what it is.
Yeah. So then Jody comes home, and they've set up a coffin as like a conversation piece in the living room.
Let me ask you, you live in the Midwest, right?
Yep. And raised in the South.
When I was watching this with the fucking commentary on it, they said this is a common practice in the Midwest.
It's a common practice in the Midwest and in the South. That's what. Okay, let me tell you the history about why it's called the living room. Because it used to be that when a family member
God, because there are dead people in it?
Yes. And when they wanted to liven up the place, they started calling it the living room. Because that's where you would show the dead bodies of your relatives before they were buried.
So now I can't say living room or master bedroom?
Yeah, Tim.
I'm
no
53.
master
Help me out
bedroom.
with this shit. Come on.
No, it's fine, Tim.
Actually,
Candice,
just explained that to my husband. To my son, because he was like, "Why is this called the living room?" And I was like, "Well, son, back in the day."
No, Candice, you just blew my mind because for real, I'm 53 years old, and I always just assumed because that was where people spent most of their time.
Nope, it's because that's where they would have their dead bodies. It was called the parlor. And they would display the dead family members there before they were buried.
So that's why it changed from a parlor
to a living room.
Yep. Holy shit, that's right, because you never hear, this parlor is 14 by 14 feet, and you get the sunlight all day. It's always a living room. Holy shit.
It was in the 1920s. It was actually Good Housekeeping that coined the term living room to try to get people to spend more time there and change the vernacular for it.
Yeah, because I think bringing a dead body in is bad housekeeping, so that makes sense.
Good Housekeeping changed it from slave to servant.
No, that's why there were so many flowers around, because you would have a rotting dead body in your parlor.
Because I've written down, what the fuck is up with the smell?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, okay, and I know, like, in Jewish tradition, there's, like, sitting Shiva, but they usually don't have the body in there with them.
The body would be in there.
All right, now, as a Gentile, as a Catholic, I'm pretty sure, I might be wrong, but whoever's Jewish and listening to us, tweet at us, eddietheaxe.com.
That's not a tweet.
Tweet at eddietheaxe.com.
Hey, look, it's gonna go nowhere, so fuck it, right?
Yep.
I think if you're Jewish and you die, I think you have to have a burial within like 48 hours, right?
I'm not familiar with that part of it, but that, you know what, that stands to reason. Maybe it's like a kosher. Never mind.
Well, it's the same reason why they said don't eat pork, because back then pork had fucking disease that would kill you.
Right.
And now it's a little bit different, yeah.
And don't eat blood.
Shut the fuck up with the eating blood thing.
Candice is going to fucking blood legacy shit, yeah.
Yeah, I went on this big jag because I had a couple of Jewish friends, and I asked both of them the whole, you can't have dairy with meat. Mm-hmm. So I was asking them, like, okay, so you can't have a cheeseburger.
Wait, who the fuck eats a cheeseburger with milk?
No, you can't have a cheeseburger. Tim, you can't have a cheeseburger.
You can't have a cheese.
Because that's dairy, which is cheese on meat.
Oh. Well, no, look, let me tell you, I could be good Muslim, I could be good Jew, because I don't like dairy that much, and I'm not that big a fan of pork, as you all know, if you listen to the show.
Yeah.
No, this is any dairy, any meat. So, you can't have them together.
Who wants me on their team?
You can't have a fajita with cheese. Right? So I was asking him, though, I was like...
Mexican food, come on.
Yeah, that's true. You can't have pepperoni on your pizza.
I hate pepperoni on my pizza. What the fuck are you talking about?
You can't have any meat on your pizza.
There should be no reason why meat is on your pizza. It's a fucking pizza.
Oftentimes that sauce has meat cooked into it, Tim.
Well, that's why you got to get the kosher pizza.
I will tell you this because I looked up on how to make pizza sauce, and a ton of fucking people make it with fucking anchovies when they fucking
yeah. So anyhow, I was just asking, like, okay, so could you have like a burger and then a shake? And like, how far apart are they? And nobody, there's no rule. It doesn't say like it's got to be 30 minutes, like swimming or anything.
It's one of those things where it's a rule of the Bible. People find a workaway around.
Yeah, like taking it up the ass instead of getting pregnant. Right.
Oh my God, yeah. No, I'm not going to tell that story. Go ahead.
Okay, Tim. Oh, goddamn. So, Jody shows up and immediately locks in on the casket. He's like, well, I got to open this up. I mean, come on.
Which, by the way,
what are we
that's
doing
a
here?
fucking incredible casket, right? I've never seen a casket like that in my entire fucking life, no matter what.
And the Sergeant Hansy's there again. He's like, look, kid, it's sealed. You can't open it, all right? Because the guy in there, he doesn't look so normal.
And let me tell you this, kid. I have your uncle's watch. And you want to hear how I got it?
Yeah. I had to stick it up my ass. No, so
your mom owes me some ass.
yeah, so then exactly, because he tries his line on Sally. He's like, listen, I'm going to be down at the motel.
Yep, I have written down twice. I had first time, this guy's fucking creeping on her, standing outside her fucking house, waiting for her to come home. And dude, he's really fucking creeping on her.
Well, because this is the sister at this point, right? Because the mother can't have, or not the mother, but the wife can't have the body in there.
It's a blonde chick. I don't know who the fuck is who.
Yeah, I know. Tim,
Yeah, the sister's the wife's house is too small, so the sister's gonna have the viewing at her house.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, the two of them are talking, and I'm like, one of them's in a bathrobe, but I don't think this is her house. How the fuck did she get there in a bathrobe?
Tim, you just thought she was looking in a mirror monologue. They look so the same. So then, he's like, oh, I'll be at the motel if you're interested. Then we cut to him. We cut to Sergeant Hansy. And he's just on the phone with no one.
Oh, man, he's so fucking good. He's so fucking good. Really. It's incredible.
Just monologuing about, hey, I got to tell you, this whole dealing with the bereaved thing, aces. Yeah. Working out for me, baby. I'm gonna go hit the wife. I'm gonna maybe hit the sister.
He said this guy said out of 10, out of 1,000 women or 100, whatever the fuck it is. I think it's 100, right?
Out of 100 women, he fucked 75 of them.
Yep.
That's a lot of pussy.
Legend.
Incredible. This is one of those things where you just stand on a corner and just ask a woman, you want to give me a blowjob? If you ask 1,000 women, one of them is going to say yes.
It's the Boomhauer method.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. This fucking dude. So, oh my God, what a piece of shit. So we go back to the funeral parlor. I mean, the house.
Yep.
And Ralph shows up to have dinner with Louise.
Oh, man. He's not showing up for dinner. He already ate. He's already fucking full.
Yeah. And fucking psycho Jody sits down and Ralph's bragging about I'm a lawyer and I've been working on not paying my taxes. And this is so interesting to me because, okay, so Jody's clearly a conservative, right? The boy?
No.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And he's pissed off at this guy for being a tax.
Let me tell you why. Because you know why? Because that extra money isn't going to fund the fucking military fucking industrial machine.
Oh, wow. They should be pissed off at Elon Musk then, huh?
Oh, you
or Jeff Bezos?
Smart, if you have a brain, you should be pissed off at Elon.
They'd be pissed off at rich people, you would think. But no, they're just pissed off at poor people, especially if they're immigrant.
Well, Ralph's not an immigrant, but so he's talking about how he got out of paying taxes by filing a bunch of shit against the IRS.
I think he says at one point they only had 2 lawyers who worked on who were already overloaded, so we just drowned them in paperwork. Yep. Yeehaw!
So now he doesn't have to pay so much taxes. And Jody is indignant. He's like, you know what? All of a sudden, I lost my appetite.
So he's like, he's like, so you cheated them out of money? That's what he says.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So the people that my husband used to work with at his last job, they were staunch, diehard Republican, pro-Trump.
The exotic pet food store?
Yeah, the exotic pet food store. They were real right, Yeah,
because Candice, let me tell you this. The people getting fucking tigers as pets, they're usually voting Republican.
Yeah.
Okay, so he was... everybody who worked there would brag about how much they lied on their taxes. And they thought my husband was insane because he never did. They're so
hold on, Candice, hold the fuck on. Are you going to tell me that you expect us as an audience, not just us as a host, you're expecting the whole audience who's listening to this show, believe that your husband doesn't understand why people watch pornography and he also pays his taxes 100% straight up?
Yes, we do. We do.
Well, not to get in trouble with the IRS. So do I.
But no,
Eddie, here's your chance. Jump in.
I 100%.
Oh, no, 100%.
No, I really don't lie on my taxes. I never do.
Well, you have a job where you can't lie on your taxes, really, right? Because it's all reported. But if one of you had a side gig where you're getting paid all in cash,
that's what my husband.
Like,
That my husband was paid off the books. Yeah, he was. Yeah, and still did not lie on our taxes because we don't believe in lying.
But he's paid off the books, so that's fucking up the story somewhere down the line.
Well, he also didn't get any benefits or, anything like that, any paid time off or sick leave or...
Well, yeah, you're getting paid off the books. I had that job for like fucking 10 years. I was like, hey, this is a great deal. I don't have to pay taxes. I was like, then I got a letter from Social Security with, if you retire at 65 years old, you're going to get $32 a month. I was like, wait a second, I should pay fucking taxes.
Whoa, wait a minute.
I already assumed that that's not going to exist when I retire. I am not planning on that being there.
Oh, hell yeah. Yeah, no, yeah. Let me tell you. My wife and I, our dream plan is to move to Korea. Mm-hmm. And every once in a while, she's like, if we move to Korea, will you still be able to collect Social Security? I'm like, Ipo, there's going to be no Social Security when I fucking retire. It's done. So Republicans at 100%, they've already come out and said they're going to kill Social Security in 5 fucking years if they win the midterms elections. So get a fucking vote, motherfuckers, so I can get a fucking pension or Social Security in South Korea. Yeah.
But anyway, no, it was just one of the, the classic hypocrisy that they're like, oh, I love big, the federal government needs to stay out of my business, but fuck, I love Republicans so much that I lie on my taxes because I love my government so much.
I think that's how the Republicans get people to vote for them, Candice, because you're voting against your best interest, but everybody who's voting Republican is thinking, oh, maybe one day I'm going to be called out because I said the N-word. Or maybe one day I'm going to have to pay 35% taxes if I make $85 billion a fucking year.
Yeah. No, what they're waiting for, their end goal ultimately is to have the least amount of government possible, but the most amount of police to enforce all of their arbitrary bullshit moral fucking policing laws. That's the goal. That's what they're working.
Yeah, look, I know Candice hates it when we get too political, but
that's just because it makes me so angry.
Tell me, if you have like what's the rarest blood type?
It is it's AB negative.
Okay,
can
the government now tell me that if you have AB negative, somebody is dying because they're not able to get a transfusion. So now if I have AB negative, do I have to legally have the government tell me you have to donate blood?
Yeah, that's
every life matters, right?
Right. That's
otherwise, if I
thing.
don't donate that blood, that guy's going to die. So I'm basically murdering that guy or person, right?
Right. So that's the thing, right? Is to force a woman to carry a child to term to save its life. That's also like saying you need to force people to donate a kidney, part of their liver or their blood to save a life, and they have no body.
Or wear a mask to save people's lives, right?
Oh, God forbid.
It's not get that crazy, Tim. Yeah, because nobody has bodily autonomy. And anyhow, we'll get back to the movie now. You're right.
Yes. Yeah,
I'm fucking like 3/4 into a fucking bottle of Johnny Walker Black.
Yeah, I'm buzzing pretty good, and you guys got me talking about shit I'm angry about.
We're in one of these rarefied air times, and this is a very political movie, so
it does.
Hey, it's 4th of July, so if you can't be political on 4th of July, blow the whole shit up, right?
Exactly.
Just for the record, so everybody knows, I'm a fucking socialist.
No, I know. Nobody's doubting your political leanings, Candice.
Holy shit, you live in a fucking island in fucking Minnesota. Where the fuck you live?
Minnesota?
Missouri.
Tim.
Missouri? Yeah, something with those M's. There's no good states. No good state starts with M.
Born and raised in the South, and I'm a fucking socialist.
Let's see. Mississippi, Montana, Michigan.
Massachusetts.
Michigan. Okay, no, we'll give it up for Michigan, yes.
Okay.
Montana, maybe, is cool. I don't
know.
Montana, the people who are like, well, I was just raised to believe that way, that's not a fucking excuse. That is not an excuse.
That's a lazy excuse. Because guess what? I was raised Catholic, and now I'm an atheist, right? Because,
And again, I was raised by a N-word shouting homophobic dude in Washington.
Eddie, oh, my God. I will tell you this. My family that I grew up in, no matter how many great movies they took me to see, everybody was fucking Archie Bunker. Every fucking buddy in my family is Archie Bunker. And I got to a certain age, I was like, you know what? I don't want to be like this. No, that's crazy.
You do get that Archie Bunker was wrong. Right, they were making fun of him.
Yes,
yes. You
Instead
get
of like,
Al...
no, Archie Bunker's right, motherfuckers. No, Archie Bunker's fucking racist cocksucker who's stupid, fucking ignorant, and at least admits at one point in the show that he's ignorant and he doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah, it's like watching Married with Children and being like, boy, Al, he's the hero.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when I think about the things that I grew up believing, because that's what I was surrounded by, and then I got, my own opinion, and I realized that's really fucking stupid. It's embarrassing.
Well, there's a difference between ignorance and stupidity, right?
Yeah.
Ignorance, you just don't know about it.
Yeah, when I learned better.
You're missing out on. Stupidity is somebody showed you a different way, and you're like, no, this is right.
Yeah. Yeah.
The earth is flat.
And ironically, that's the whole thing in the Bible, is that people that are ignorant about Jesus Christ go to heaven anyway because they just don't know. You know what I mean?
But
let me tell you.
Stupid people.
When I was going to Catholic school, there was two things that turned me off the being Catholic is. When I asked a nun if somebody who's Jewish never does anything wrong and never breaks any of the 10 Commandments, when they she stopped me right there and she went, hell.
Damn.
Okay? So right there I was thinking, no, this can't be right. And the other thing was that got me so pissed off was when they would tell us stories about people who would go to the fucking African nations.
Oh my God.
And teach people who never heard about Jesus Christ, just so that once they, according to my religion, as soon as African people who never heard about Jesus Christ, who are living in a fucking tribe that humanity has never touched, said, Jesus Christ is the Lord. As soon as they said, what? They were going to hell.
So in that story, Tim, they have made themselves the serpent. The
way I was looking at it is,
knowledge.
If you didn't know about Jesus Christ, the way that in Catholic school they taught us, if you were completely ignorant of Jesus Christ, you were going to a place called limbo, which wasn't that bad. It was a place that was between heaven and hell. Okay.
Yeah, it was just a place where you were constantly Jesus lowering Christ, the bar.
Yeah, as soon as you heard Jesus Christ, and if you didn't accept it as your true Lord and Savior, you were going to go to hell. And it got me so mad as like a 6 or 7 year old kid.
Yeah, why are you telling them?
Why are you telling these fucking people that? Yes. They have the perfect fucking life. They can do whatever the fuck they want, and they're going to go to heaven or whatever. But, oh, man. It's
these poor people in the Garden of Eden, and you're the serpent telling them the forbidden knowledge.
Oh, my God, Eddie. Holy fucking shit. That's right. Yes. That is fucking right. Exactly. All those fucking missionaries, whatever religion you are, Christian, Mormon, whatever the fuck it is.
You're the serpent.
You are the serpent.
Sorry, Candice, we've just been dominating this. I apologize.
No.
What was your point you were making?
I don't even remember now. I was going to say, Tim, I had an epiphany, because you know how you get so mad, and you and Wick both get so mad about Catholicism and priests and stuff like that, and it boggles my mind because I didn't know any Catholics growing up at all. I was in the South. They just didn't exist.
Of course.
Yeah.
So in the South, Catholic is the same thing as being a fucking Satanist.
Oh, it is. They're not Christians according to Baptists. Mm-hmm. So that's what I grew up with, and that's what I hate is Baptists. I hate Baptists, Presbyterians, Pentecostals, all of those. What's the opposite of Catholic? The Protestant, all the Protestant religions were the ones that I grew up around, and I fucking hate them so much. Those are the people that will get under my skin.
The only two religions that I think really have it going on is the Jewish religion, because they don't believe in hell, and they believe that even if you're not a Jew, if you live your life right, you're going to go to heaven, or whatever the Jewish people call heaven, right? And the Quakers. Because the Quakers are
they're cool with everyone.
Come to this place, don't talk out loud, pray to whoever you fucking believe in.
Yeah. Well, that's one of the reasons I like Jehovah's Witnesses so much, is because they don't believe in a hell either. They believe that when you die, you just
yeah,
die.
but Candice, we really have to have an extra bonus episode on the Patreon. It's like, why at 20 years old you chose to be a Jehovah's Witness? Because that's really something that's interesting to me. Is like at 20, whatever age you were.
I think
you
I was
said you
19.
were like young
You know
or
what?
like that.
I was like
why
19,
would you
yeah.
choose to convert to be that religion?
Yeah, you know what, Tim, you're right. Let's have a bonus episode where we cover all of this shit that we're talking
go
about.
back
in the
to the
middle
Let's get back to the movie. Yes.
of a movie episode. I agree with you, though. We do
if
need
anyone's
that.
listening, if anybody's still listening to us by now, they know what the fuck this show is, right?
No, I know. That yeah, we sometimes we get a little political. It happens.
Yeah.
from
Well, this
time
is
to
a
time.
political movie, and then of course,
Very.
pop religion gets pulled into
we
it.
should watch
Comedian.
God
because,
told me
yeah.
to do it.
Oh shit! Yeah, we should watch that one.
Yeah, that'll be the religious episode. It's America, baby. It's guns, God, and government. We tie
Guns,
it all
God, and
together,
government.
right?
Yep.
Because if Jesus was alive today, he'd have a fucking AR-15.
Oh shit!
Goddamn
Okay, I'm sorry.
right.
One last story, and we'll
You
go
ain't
back to the movie.
crucifying me, motherfuckers!
When I was
Yeah.
working
All right,
at the
go ahead.
when I was working at the state hospital, there was a
Mm-hmm.
guy who was getting fired because he brought a weapon into his service vehicle. He was a security guy. Get this. So the security person who was investigating it took a picture of the cab of the truck, and he had a
Mm-hmm.
pistol on top of a Bible in the passenger seat of his truck. His state
Yo,
vehicle.
God told me to. How do you argue against that? Come on.
I was
That
like,
should be our new flag right there.
I was like,
That's
oh
so
my
good.
god, because I was part of the investigation, and I was like, oh my god, this is like,
Wow.
I didn't know this actually existed. This is fucking perfect.
Man. so good. All right, so we cut to the wake, right? And at this point, fucking Psycho is hanging out, and Sergeant Chef pops by to show his respect, right? Jody just stares at, and it's Jed, but I'm going to call him Chef because he's Chef.
Yeah,
I
come
mean,
on.
come on. Yeah. And Chef's like, all right, I know you want to see my fake leg. Let's go outside.
Yeah.
So they walk outside. He's like, look, landmine, blew my leg clean off, but it doesn't get termites or anything. It's all good. Check it out. And he like knocks on it. And he goes, now I know what you're thinking, but my dick works.
Yeah, because he was like, you probably heard other things too. And the kid's like,
Yeah.
he's like, well,
Kid's
just
like,
so you know.
Like, yeah, no. I mean, come on. I got kids. I got grandkids. He goes, oh, and by the way, at one time my wife got pissed at me and hid my leg for 2 days, which fucking rules.
I thought that was so funny. Talk back to me now,
Imagine
bitch.
that. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Why don't you hop on over here, big guy? So Jody's like, all right, well, I'm trying to figure out if I want to be in the Army, Navy, the Marines. And Chef just stops. He's, you fucking idiot. No. He's like, now we don't fight the same way we used to fight. It used to be we had to fight the goddamn Jerrys, or we had to fight the people that were evil. And then he uses a slur for people from Japan.
Yeah, but he's like, going on. There used to be like a clear line of who
Right.
the enemy was.
Yeah, there was people that were. Yeah, you're back, Tim. So yeah, Chef's like, look, there was clearly like people that used to be enemies that were a threat to freedom.
Nobody says that the Nazis didn't deserve to die. I don't think anyone's going to argue about that.
Right. I mean, even today we agree that you should punch Nazis.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of the line.
Well, that's why they're
right?
so prevalent in video games, because if you want to have a military shooter, set it in World War II, because you're not going to get flack for shooting a bunch of Nazis. But if you set it during like,
Exactly.
oh, I don't know, the Iraq War, like maybe people would take offense to it.
Yeah, it's a little bit rougher at that point. And folks, you're going to have to forgive. Tim went on such a big rant that he destroyed his internet connection. So we're having a little bit of technical difficulty. I see two Tims in the room right now.
I see
and
that
it's not
too.
because I'm drunk.
Not just because.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. So after Tim's cat attempted to ruin the recording, we're here.
I was worried he was going to set to the PAL button, but he set to the fucking volume button. I couldn't hear anybody. So
I'm just going
Couldn't
to say
hear-
your cat's Catholic. Did not like what you were saying.
That's what it is, Tim. You have a possessed cat. So we were just going over the scene where
kill him.
Chef tells Jody not to join the military. He should go be a doctor.
Save
And
lives
this-
instead of
Save
taking
some
them.
lives, kill fucking lives, yeah. And I think
Yeah.
at this point, isn't this where he tells him, like, yo, I took your fucking uncle hunting, and he enjoyed the
Yep.
kill too much?
Yeah, he tells him your Uncle Sammy was filled with hate in his gut, and he didn't join the military to try to fix things. He joined the military because he loved to kill.
Yeah. Same thing like this kid's running on, right? Whatever the president says, I'm going to do it. I don't care.
Yep. So, but then Jody, he's like, yeah, whatever, old man. Psst. And then he kick flips his skateboard back into the funeral.
Let me tell you, as
What do you
somebody
know?
who's lived long enough to be a young guy and an old guy, yeah, I'm not going to listen to me. If I could go back in time at 53 years old and talk to my 15-year-old self, I'm like, yeah, 15-year-old guy, like, yeah, fucking smart enough, buckle down, buy stock in Apple, and like, yeah, fuck you, I'm going to buy stock in fucking, I don't know, Parlor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
when some broad tells you to go try to watch the fireworks, just don't do it. Tell her no.
I'd tell myself, sell out. Don't be a starving artist. Sell out as fast as you can.
Yeah. You know what, Candice? If I could go back in time, I would tell my younger self, cut your hair.
Cut your hair, really?
Get a haircut, son.
I'd just be like, dude, you're gonna knock it out. It's all good, buddy.
That's true. You got a good life.
You're gonna make your cousin puke and roll in it, and then you can see some titties. It's all good, baby.
Everything that comes after that is just gravy.
It's just on top of that.
You did not make the youthful mistakes that Tim and I did.
I've made mistakes.
Yeah, you got a good government job, so yeah.
Yeah,
Early.
I've made mistakes, but early.
Yeah, relatively early.
Okay, so my first good job would probably be NASA, and that would have been at 30.
Would have probably been NASA. Yeah, my first good job probably would have been NASA. If I could say that, I'd be a fucking millionaire.
I think it would have been
Fucking cocksucker.
30.
My first good job. My first good job was working in a fucking supermarket that didn't
Tim,
exploit me for 14 hours a week without paying me.
Before then, I worked for Chase Banks, and they fucking sucked.
Yeah, we still making bank, right?
Not bad. I mean, for Florida, yeah. But Tim, I had to live in Florida.
Ooh.
There's roaches
Why?
that fly down there. Yeah, I don't know. Because life is hard
I
sometimes.
don't know. Florida being a rich white guy, yeah, you're probably doing okay.
Rich.
I tell myself, don't worry about helping people. Just sell out as soon as you can.
Yeah.
That's true. Don't worry about helping people because oftentimes they don't want help.
Yeah, young people,
that's
don't waste
true.
your time on shit. Just fucking sell out,
Buy-
cash in while you can because
Buy guns.
it's all a fucking pyramid scheme that's going to collapse.
Yep,
You are
yep.
not going
Buy-
to change the world.
Yeah. Buy as many guns as you can. They'll only appreciate in value. They'll never
everybody
depreciate.
says about the most dangerous cop in the world is a rookie who thinks they can still change the fucking world, right?
That's true. Yeah. Look at RoboCop, right? He got the shit shot out of him for thinking he could do something good.
Mm-hmm.
But then he became RoboCop, so
Yeah, it worked out.
worked out in the end for him. So yeah,
Couldn't bang
then
his wife anymore, but whatever.
true. So then old Jody hears Ralph talking to his mom about how the whole Gulf War was for oil. And Jody's like, you shut the fuck up. I'm
You
like,
could-
Yo, this
Jesus
kid's got some
Christ.
fucking hard takes all over the place. in this
Oh, I
movie.
know.
Yeah.
Fucking
Because he's a
Rush
dumb
Limbaugh
kid.
here.
But
Look, I was a kid. I was wearing the Ayatollah asshole fucking shirt and the Iran suck it shirt and all that shit.
you could change the time period from 1995 to 2003, and nothing would have changed.
Oh, I know.
You could
Nothing
change
would
it
have
to any
changed.
time. Nothing
But
would have changed.
here's
But
the thing,
specifically
though.
about it's about oil. It's not about like
well,
flying
kids, you could change it to the
WMDs.
Vietnam War. Instead of oil, it's about communism and the fucking domino effect.
Yeah.
Instead about oil, you could change it to any fucking
I
thing.
get-
Oh, we have to attack Grenada because maybe, I don't know, Panama's going to take it over?
I get that, but in this town, every person is telling this kid that he's wrong. Like,
Yeah,
I've
that's
yet
true.
to meet one person sympathetic to this kid's cause. He's the
It's a
asshole.
small town. If you live in a small town, you cannot look. No matter what your real beliefs are, if you live in a small enough town, you cannot express what your real beliefs are.
Right.
I
no,
do.
but-
Otherwise, it's gonna be fucking.
Yeah.
Candace, I don't know, living in fucking Minnesota, wherever the fucking M state you live
Minnesota.
in, Michigan,
It's Missouri.
Missouri, one of those states. It's the
Listen.
last state I think of when it's something with an M.
All right.
okay?
Listen, Colleen from Montana, we get
Yeah.
it, okay? No, but what I'm saying, Tim, is in this small town, everybody is against the kid's beliefs. Where is he picking them up from?
The town.
His uncle.
No, everyone in the town is against it. His teacher's against it. His mom's boyfriend is against it. The cops are against. Everybody's like, fuck the war. Fuck people that are involved in the war.
So it's one of those things where if you grew up and your parents were hippies, you become a conservative. And
Exactly,
if your parents are
Tim.
conservative, you grow up to be a hippie. Or a
Well,
liberal,
you know what,
bleeding heart.
Tim, you know what they say? Being conservative is the modern punk.
Yeah, that's right.
You seen that
Well,
fucking
look,
meme?
if you look at that
Suck my
cocksucker
dick.
Johnny fucking Rotten, that motherfucking sellout cock
Yeah.
fucking sucker.
Yeah.
That's all the fucking evidence
Oh,
that
that
you
piece
need.
of
If
shit.
it's the last person that you would fucking think would be pro-government, anti-vax, and all that other fucking shit,
What a-
Johnny cocksucking fucking Rotten.
That fucking dork. Yeah, good for him.
Well,
So-
I mean, it was a made-up band.
Yeah,
The
it
Sex
was a boy
Pistols were the
band.
fucking Menudo, the fucking InXS. Well, not InXS. The New Kids on the
InXS?
Block, whatever. Of the fucking
NKOTB.
time. That was it. They were fucking completely made.
Yeah, they're like
Yeah.
NSYNC, right? Remember NSYNC?
Yeah, they were put together by a
If
producer.
only Johnny Rotten hung himself in the closet by jerking off, I'd be happy.
By the way, you know what the N stood for in NSYNC, right?
Shut up.
Well, I got that mixed up with NSYNC and NXX. Sorry.
And XS, yeah. So then, oh my god, he gets grounded. He's like, "Go to your room." He's like, "Fine, I was going to go there anyway." And reads.
Well,
his
yeah, because
little-
the kid comes in during a fucking funeral, and the lawyer guy, Lincoln, Tom, fucking whatever the fucking guy's name is talking. He's like, "Yeah, you're just a fucking criminal cocksucker."
Yeah, Lincoln. By the way, because he dresses up like Lincoln I love it.
He's
and he was
Honest
bragging
Abe.
about.
Yeah,
'Cause
he
he-
bought. Hold on, what is the economics on this shit? He bought the fucking costume instead of renting it after 5 years.
Yeah.
This guy has the fucking hubris to believe that for life he's going to be fucking Abe Lincoln.
Well, no, Tim. This town only has one Lincoln outfit, so now he can rent it out to everybody
Oh
else.
shit, that's right. He owns the only Lincoln outfit, so he gets to be the guy. Yeah, you know what? If
Yeah.
I was him, I'd rent out the John Wilkes Booth fucking outfit.
He should have. Maybe this movie would have ended up differently. So the kid runs upstairs and he starts reading his affirmation letter from Sam. That's
Yeah,
like, listen.
well, this is what I was talking about, where he was like, everything that he knows is because his uncle that he worships and idolizes tells him these things, and so he takes it as God's truth.
Exactly.
Yeah, but you know what? Also, Candace, how stupid is this kid? Because I remember when I was young, I might not have been the fucking sharpest card in the deck, but I was able to pick up on shit that was going on around me. That later on, as I got older, I was like, oh, wait a second, that means this. Oh, wait, what the fuck that fight was about? I know what that is. So doesn't he realize what his mom and his sister, uncle, aunt, friend, cousin, whatever the fuck is sending out?
Tim, this kid's
He's
special.
old, yes.
He's got some issues.
He's got
Yeah,
the
'cause,
G.I.
I mean-
Joe #1 issue in his collection. Yeah.
Famously, like I've said, like the minute that I remember the minute that I was like, yeah, my parents are stupid.
Oh yeah,
Was when-
I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, was when my dad was like, we can't watch Saturday Night Live anymore because this guy said it was okay to be gay on there, and I just had this thought in my head,
no.
like, well, wait a minute, what if I was gay?
No.
And my dad
The-
would hate me.
The part, I know exactly what you're talking about, where you have that epiphany where you're like, that doesn't make any sense. My mom said that she feels sorry for the children of black and white relationships because it's not their fault.
Wow.
That's when I was like, what?
Yeah.
I think I was like
yep.
8 or 9 years old. I was like,
We should have
what?
abortions, with the exception of, forget rape or incest, but interracial abortions
Interracial?
can do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely not, because the children are going to suffer. Yeah, yeah.
Or if you
I remember when I was growing up, my aunt and my grandmother both telling me that my cousin Bobby, he settled because he married a Filipino girl.
Oh, shit.
wow. Wild.
Yep.
God bless America.
He
Happy
just
4th
wa-
of July,
he said
everybody.
what my grandmother said, he just wants somebody who can take care of him.
Well, you should have married a man then, because women aren't good at that.
That's right, yeah. Filipino women, they can't fucking bring that money in.
Yeah, you want to marry a man, then you're hanging out with your boys all the time, playing video games. 2 incomes that are not hindered by the
Same
wage
clothes,
gap.
right? Yeah.
You don't have to worry about
God damn it,
children.
Eddie.
Same
I've been thinking about
clothes.
that. I got like a really good salary, and I was like, I bet if I was a guy, I'd be making more.
Well, because you would have
Candace,
negotiated.
if you were
for
a guy with your job right now, you'd be laying pipe left and right.
Yeah,
That's
probably.
true.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd be getting your dick wet. That's true. That's true.
But no,
So-
it's a testimony to this movie that
Yep.
you know, this is a schlocky horror movie, but at the same time,
No, it isn't.
This
No, it isn't. That's the thing about it.
exactly on the surface, it's a
because it
schlocky
brings
horror
up
movie.
a lot. Yeah.
But when you're watching it,
This
you're
is-
like, I know what
yeah.
you're talking about.
This is a movie that tricks people into watching it and going, wait a second, am I right about things? Right?
Yeah. So
It's
then
very true.
we cut to that night, and we've got the local teens that are spray painting graves and burning a flag in the cemetery.
was
like
so
you do.
confused.
Man.
I was
like,
so-
well, first thing I want to know is what the fuck did you put in that flag that you're able to spin that around like that?
They put
Okay?
lighter
'Cause
fluid
that
on it.
doesn't, the physics doesn't work out like that at all.
Yeah. By the way, that's probably the most dangerous shot in this entire fucking movie is this idiot Lone Ranger
Yes.
lasso spinning a burning fucking flag.
And the other
Okay.
thing I was thinking about is this is 100% me if as a teenager. If I could do this shit, I would fucking 100% do it.
So, okay. So, I was so confused by the message these teenagers are trying to send. So, they're spraying swastikas on these graves, and then they light a flag on fire and yell Vietnam.
Mhm.
What are they, what message are they trying to convey here?
Everything, man. They're just against, you know, they're just against everything that the man stands for, right? The Nazi symbol is like, hey, fuck you, look what happened to you.
Yeah, you're a
And-
Nazi.
Yeah. It's just, if you're a stupid teenager guy hanging out in the cemetery and you don't have a chick to fuck on a tombstone, this is what you do.
No, see, here's the problem. There's no chicks that were around that were trying to impress.
That's true.
Yeah. Oh, so they're trying to impress each other. Oh. Okay.
Okay. That's fair enough.
You know, like the most Nazi thing is sucking my cock.
Yeah. Because we're both white. They would love
Man.
that. Yeah.
That's right.
I remember
See?
I remember
Gotta
being
keep
part
it
of
in the family.
the anti-man crowd at West Wilkesboro High School. We were like, I'm gonna shoot some N-words and fuck my sister. We would say that at the homecoming game because we were
What?
making fun of the rednecks. That's what they were like. The rednecks were like, fucking love America. I'm gonna play the General Lee on my, truck when I come into school, because there literally was someone who would play the General Lee on their horn when they laid on it. That's what it would play.
Again, not to get too political, but there's only one group of people in the whole world that still, to this day, celebrate being on a losing side.
Yeah.
And it's in North
Fair.
Carolina, baby.
So Uncle Sam psychically knows that this is happening like 100 miles away from where he's at.
I
Because
mean,
he's-
this is where he's going to be laid to breast, right? So he knows what's going on in his grave.
Tim, you said laid to breasts, and
You
I love
did.
that about you.
You did, Tim.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so ingrained. Tits are ingrained in you, into your psyche. I love
When I
it.
get drunk, I slur in breast talk. Yes.
There you go.
Speaking
So
breast.
then Uncle Sam just this is a step too far for him, sir, and he rises from the grave a la altered beast.
Well, we already had the part where the kid was reading the letter, like, if anybody shits on America, you got to hit them back 2 times harder than they hit you, right?
No matter how big they are.
Yeah.
And so he pops
Even
up
if they're
first thing-
China and they own 90% of your fucking debt.
Yeah. First thing Uncle does is sneaks into his nephew's room while he's sleeping. That says a lot.
Yeah. So I was watching this and I saw that and I was like, that's weird.
Yeah.
Were you going to have
not too weird when we find out what's going to happen with the uncle. Yeah.
Yeah, I said, is this a zombie white fire situation? And then, yeah, because I didn't remember anything from the first time I watched it when I was a little kid.
Wasn't there a Bela Lugosi movie called White Zombie? Was that
there
what
was,
it was about?
yes.
Yes, there was, yeah.
Oh, shit.
It inspired the band by the same name, Tim.
Exactly.
White Zombie.
Yep, that's true.
Mm-hmm. So then he just goes for Jody's box. His
he
ammo
does.
box.
Hey.
Not as bussy. And he grabs the box of knickknacks and starts pinning the medals to his skin.
Straight on his chest, yeah.
Under the uniform.
Come on, you're dead 30 fucking years. What's gonna matter?
I gotta say that the makeup for the actual zombie is really good.
Really good.
Yeah,
it looks
like he
phenomenal.
looks great.
Yeah. Then
it's so good, Candice, that they couldn't afford to do it the whole movie, so they had to put a fucking Uncle Sam mask on.
It's true. This movie did not have a big budget.
Where would he find the Uncle Sam getup? Well,
this is my hero. This is my hero in this whole fucking movie because let me tell you, dude, I tell you, if I'm a teenager and I have fucking stilts, I'm doing the same fucking thing. I'm sorry.
My note is
different time. I know I get in trouble for it now, but back then it was just hijinks.
Yeah, it was just sexy
boys being
pranks.
boys. Ayo.
Yeah. And I think we finally found a practical use for stilts.
Yes. And, Eddie, I sent you a message when you told me we were going to do this. I was like, please tell me this guy kills somebody while he's on stilts.
Yep.
And I was a little bit right and I was a little bit wrong.
Yeah, it was better.
Well, yeah, around there. Because a dude dressed up like Uncle Sam on the biggest stilts in the universe.
Oh my god!
No, I think these are regular stilts, Eddie. I don't think there's grades of stilts. You're either on stilts or you're not, right?
Okay, my question.
No, hold on. There's painter stilts and then there's clown stilts, right?
Mm-hmm, so my question is, how do you get off of these stilts? Do you go to like a two-story
building?
What
I'm thinking is like, how do you get on them and how do you get off?
Yes.
I understand how you get on them. You walk up a ladder, right? Or something like that. You walk up a ramp, something like that. They have this fucking specially built.
Mm-hmm.
But to get off of them,
off these fucking things, yeah.
Yeah, do you have to like go through the window of a two-story building or like land on the roof and then just kind of shimmy out of them?
At my age, this is how I always imagined Uncle Sam is. He's always on stilts.
He's always on stilts, exactly. And the only two people that are on stilts are Uncle Sam and a clown. That's it.
No, the first thing when I think of stilts, the first thing I think of is Uncle Sam.
I'm just saying, there's two. There's Uncle Sam and a clown. That's all you get. Nothing else.
Child molesters.
Plus, how the fuck do you walk on stilts? Okay. That's a skill. Yeah, my God, that does not look easy. That looks very difficult.
The thing that got me was like, how does that material work out when you're walking on stilts?
Oh,
when you have
know.
the long pants on. Tim, how does that fucking work out?
So, Tim, did you watch the post-credits scene?
Oh, no. There's a fucking MCU on the shit?
Tim, you see that guy on stilts accidentally fall on the stilts.
Which one? When he backed up from seeing the tits or when he was running through the fucking woods?
When he backed up from seeing the tits.
Oh, yeah.
It's a post-credit scene. You got to see it. So anyhow.
I'm like, you know what? If I'm watching that, shit, my fucking legs are weak even if I'm not on stilts.
You fall down immediately.
This fucking creepy peeper is just peeping abroad undressing on stilts, right?
No, the camera pullballback is fucking perfect because you think this chick is like on the first floor, taking her fucking clothes off, and the camera pulls back. You don't see Uncle Sam on stilts yet. You see that they're on the second floor. Pull back. Oh, there he is on stilts.
Yeah. It's so good. This establishing shot of this asshole. That's so good, man. And then the broad notices
Fuck you, Joe Bob.
Oh, did he not like it?
No, he fucking... Again, they fucking cucked us with doing the fucking show that we already planned 2 weeks ago.
I remember.
A fucking week ago, they fucking announced this shit on Last Drive-In.
Yep.
It was the fourth time, by the way.
Which, by the way, I'm going to say this. Darcy isn't that sexy.
Ooh.
She looked better before she had all the work done, but she's still a very good person.
Yeah.
Look, if you're gonna say her tits, she's okay. But look at that face, and those cheekbones are as high up as her fucking tits.
Yeah.
But
She got
regardless,
tits on her face.
she can do whatever she wants to her own body. She's a very cool person, and I love Darcy.
Yeah, she rules. She's awesome.
Yeah, but I mean, to be that young and look at that plastic isn't a good move. My opinion, 53-year-old white guy.
But she still rules. So then...
I mean, I want to kick her out of my bed.
Okay, Tim.
That's good.
My wife out of the bed to get next to her, but yeah.
Damn. Oh, your poor wife. She puts up with so much. It's okay.
She's a saint.
It's okay, though. Yeah, we all have
get this whole
saints.
podcast.
We all have spouses that are saints.
They put up with us, so
True.
yeah.
You know what? We have the 3 saints that we don't hear about is our spouses.
This is what I was saying, is we need the podcast that's Candice's husband, Alyssa, and your wife.
Wow. You know what? That's what really, we should do that shit. Is just
The spouse
that
show.
Shit,
It would be...
Bizarro podcast.
I keep trying to get my husband involved because he's so funny. Like, no one believes me, but he is fucking hilarious.
I mean, he married you. That's pretty funny. So this guy runs away because the girl notices it, and he heads out to the treat area and comically walks into a sign, like dong, falls over.
Oh, how bad would that hurt to fall over? Because he's like 2 stories up.
Oh yeah,
no, he walks through the tree branch, right?
Yeah. No, it's a sign.
Is it a sign?
It's a sign. You can see it, and when he falls over, then I'm like, he's dead. This man's dead.
He's got like a punctured lung or something.
He fell 20 fucking feet on his back, right?
Well, compared to the kid that falls into the fucking grave and dies,
he doesn't die in the grave.
Dude, this guy took way less damage. Okay, the physics of this movie we're going to get to in a minute.
Yes, I agree with you. If you fall this far back on stilts, you're gonna fuck up your back
dead.
at least.
You're gonna break some ribs and puncture your lung.
No, this guy's head is split open. He's fucking dead. But no, our Uncle Sam walks up, and I guess he found garden shears somewhere.
Yes.
It's like, I hope you got an eyeful.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I swear to God, this movie needs to take a fucking cue from Nail Gun Massacre with the fucking lines, right?
Because his one-liners aren't that good.
No.
I'm thinking there's so many better one-liners. It's like, I want you in a wooden box, right?
Something. Because he says,
right?
I hope you got an eyeful. He just takes the mask. He doesn't even gouge his eyes out or anything. And then we get kind of the shears are
Uncle
used
Sam
to kill
says
him.
to him, America, love it or leave it in a box.
Something. Right, yeah, something. So then he uses the garden shears to tailor an outfit out of the 20-foot tall fucking Uncle Sam. And he does a good job.
He
so
does.
The army must have taught him how to tailor.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Next, we go to the 3 punks that are 100 miles away from him. One of them goes to piss, and Sam just starts spray painting him in the face.
I have written down, here's what my notes is. So he was pissing on Sam's face in the scene, right? Because he's pissing, and the way that they edit it is Sam stands up and then cuts his fucking head off.
If we're from the point of view of
right?
Sam,
so he was
you're right.
pissing on Uncle Sam.
Yeah, if we're from his point of view, because the camera does track upward. You're right, Tim. But then Sam spray paints his face, and the guy just stands there.
Well, no, here's what I love is because this motherfucker, he spray paints his face red, white, and blue.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah, that's a great fucking scene. Yeah.
And then he's backing away. No, and instead of turning and running, he just backs up a bunch, and then falls into Sam's grave. Wakes up with a compound fracture of his leg. And he's trapped.
I have so many problems with the scene because I'm like, I don't care if I have a broken leg. I'm understanding what the situation is. I'm just going to stand up on whatever fucking dirt this guy's kicking into the fucking grave, right?
Right. That was my point. So Sam's got a shovel, like a regular shovel.
Yep.
And he's throwing shovels.
One person throwing the shovel. It's not like 8 people throwing the fucking shovel of dirt in. It's one cocksucker.
I was gonna say that his broken leg looks like a jelly donut broke in his pocket. It's not very good effects.
Can't
They
what kind
spent-
of fucking jelly donuts are you eating?
Raspberry.
They spent all of their budget.
Raspberry donuts are great.
They spent all of their budget on the actual Uncle Sam zombie costume.
Yeah, they did. They did. And by the way, that just reminded me, I would like to have a raspberry jelly donut.
If
Right
you're
now.
not having a cherry donut, a raspberry donut is the only other option. There's
lemon.
Pineapple. No, pineapple is also good, but anything else?
Lemon's good.
Okay, I'm gonna go
Yeah,
go right
lemon's
here.
good, but it's not really lemon. It's too much of a variety.
Let's
Yeah.
let's put it on record right now. What is everybody's
Mhm.
favorite donut? What is your donut of choice? You go to a donut place, you want something.
Okay.
What are you getting?
For common, what everybody could get, apple fritter. For what's
Oh,
not
fuck
common,
yeah.
Yeah.
for what's not common, I can get here blueberry fritter.
Oh.
Common, I agree with you. Apple fritter is the best.
Mm.
Uncommon, pineapple.
That's
There's nothing
not
better than pineapple donut.
that's not really a donut though. An apple fritter. That's different.
Yeah, it is.
Close enough.
No. Because okay, so in the people in the Midwest, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's a gas station called Casey's. It's not just a gas station; it's also a general store, and they bake their baked goods.
I like how Candace thinks that people in the Midwest are listening to the show.
Yeah.
You never know. You never know. So
They've
anyway, you go to
given up.
Casey's. You go to Casey's, and you
that one?
fill up your box of donuts. But if you get a
Okay.
fritter, it's charged more. It's not a
Wait a
donut.
second. You can fill up your own box of donuts? What does that mean, Candace? Are you like actually filling them, or are you telling the guy?
Yeah, you
No,
pick them
no.
out yourself.
No, you
do
pick them out
boogie-
yourself.
Boogie nights with like, give me apple fritters,
Okay,
give me
so
cinnamon
you're-
bun.
Okay, no, I get what Candace is saying. You're talking about no upcharge donuts. So you can't
Yeah.
have a cinnamon roll, you can't have a chocolate
Yeah,
chip
yeah,
fold
yeah.
over,
Just a
you
donut.
can't
Hold on.
have
Are you going to tell me that a fucking apple is more expensive than a pineapple, which only comes from fucking Hawaii?
Hey, there's no pineapples.
There's
in the
no
Midwest.
pineapple donuts in the Midwest. man.
Wow.
No,
Holy shit,
so-
Candace. You've never had pineapple?
I mean, I've
Okay,
had
Candace.
obviously I've had pineapple, but
Candace, then my next choice, and you might not have it there, is the cruller with the pink frosting. Do they have those?
oh, they do have those. Yeah, but that's still not a donut. That is an upcharge.
No,
God
donut has to
damn
be
it.
round. It has to be filled with something. Can't
Okay,
be
let me-
elongated,
let me-
Can't be anything like that.
Okay, I'll go.
Let-
I've got an answer then. The
Okay.
old fashioned like buttermilk bars, but the round ones. It's
Okay,
like the
I know
old
what you're
fashioned
talking
cake
about,
donut. I'll give you.
Oh
that
my
one.
god, a fucking cake donut. Yes, there's a place here called
The fuck
Sugar
is a
and
cake donut?
there's a place here called Sugar and Spice Laura's Delights,
Sounds like the Supreme Court should ban it.
and you can
Yeah.
get all the delicious cake donuts with chocolate frosting that you could ever want for like
Oh, those are good.
$9. You can get 13 of them for $9. They're so
Oh,
fucking
Baker's
good.
dozen, yes.
Yes.
Mhm. Yeah,
Oh my
those are
God,
In
good.
the
so
real
good.
world, Candace, we call that Baker's dozen, yes.
Yes, a baker's dozen. You get a baker's dozen of cake donuts with chocolate frosting. They're so fucking good, and you can get them for dirt cheap. So yes, that is
Yeah,
the best
that's
donut.
probably my move.
Is a fried
And
donut.
that's why most of the people in the country are 25 pounds overweight, including
Yes.
like 15 pounds me, yes. I need
Damn,
to
I should-
Yeah.
You know, I would say I would do that tomorrow, but it's 4th of July and no one's going to be open tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, the gym's closed. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. Fair. I got some tube of cinnamon rolls. I'll make. That's what I'll
Cinnamon
do.
rolls. Oh my god, get you.
Love those.
Jesus
Woo!
Christ. Apple fritters. Jesus Christ, Andy. You just fucking brought me back. It's been
Man,
years
apple
and
fritters.
years since I've had apple fritter. Holy
Apple
Although,
fritters are.
I gotta
Apple
say-
fritter, a cup of coffee that sucks. The best.
Oh my god, no. Okay, so are you guys more of a savory or a sweet breakfast meal? Because
Sweet.
I will take
No,
I will take
I'm
a
savory
donut.
boy.
I will take a donut over a fritter any day of the week, or a ganache or something like that. You know, over
Mhm.
like
How's a
any kind of
ganache
donut.
sweet?
I'm saying
she's a
I
savory
take
girl.
savory. I'm a savory person.
You mean
Yeah, yeah.
knish?
Knish, yes.
Yeah.
Sorry.
She's a
Ganache.
savory girl. I'm with you. I'm a savory boy. I'm a you give me biscuits and a sausage gravy, I'm done. That's it. I'll eat that. I won't have fucking lunch.
yeah. Oh, fucking biscuits
See,
and gravy.
uh,
Woo!
my Italian says when you say gravy, I think that has to do with tomato sauce.
No. Okay. Biscuits
What?
with a breakfast sausage cream sauce.
No, fuck that shit. Sausage?
Oh my God.
Who knows what's in that shit? No,
Hey.
fuck that shit.
Midwest.
Fuck you, Jimmy Dean.
Midwest
I make
shout
my own
out.
sausage, bitch.
Let's talk about Casey's breakfast pizza.
Oh, nope, we're done with that.
No,
shit.
hold on. Candice said something that really
No.
intrigued me as somebody who's completely drunk. Breakfast
pizza.
Breakfast
Okay,
pizza
what
is
it?
where you can either have sausage or bacon, and you can have like a creamy, like cheese on top of a pizza
That's not
with
pizza.
with cheese.
The fuck are you talking about, you white bread motherfuckers? That's not
with
pizza.
gravy. You put gravy and cheese and bacon on top of a
Wait,
pizza.
hold on. Is your gravy brown or is your gravy red?
It's white.
What?
It is. It is spicy white gravy.
Okay, Tim.
Okay, let's just
So
leave that
white-
hanging. Yeah.
Tim, white gravy, I'll tell you what it is. You take a fat, right?
Yes,
Like
you
a
take
bacon
lard.
fat or
Okay,
lard.
No, lard is good, yes.
Okay.
Lard French fries
You-
are the best French
You
fries.
warm that up, and then you go 50-50 that and white flour, right?
Yes,
You create
and
what's
then-
called a roux.
You put
right?
a fucking bunch of black pepper in it.
Then you
Peppers,
put
there's never too
No.
much pepper. Let's just like
you
garlic.
put milk in it.
Oh yeah.
Nah,
You put milk in it,
Oh
and
my God.
then
Ooh.
you throw the salt. You throw the most black pepper in the world.
And sausage.
Well, if you're making a sausage gravy, yes, but that's a pepper gravy.
Mm-hmm.
You throw the sausage in there, that's a sausage gravy.
Yeah.
You understand now, Tim?
Yes.
Yes.
Now you take that with the sausage, the
I know
milk,
gravy.
the flour,
That's what you
everything.
call it, yes.
You put that on top of a biscuit.
Ah.
All right?
Get you a buttery biscuit.
Oh yeah, and then that's your life.
See, I'm
That is
so
your
New York.
life.
I always think of everything with Italian bread. But go ahead.
Yeah, you think gravy, you think a bunch of bones, a bunch of pork bones that are
Now, when
boiled
you're making
with
the
tomatoes.
biscuits, you can't knead too much, or you make the biscuits hard. You can
Yeah, you
only
fuck 'em up.
knead
You
like
need
so
them
many
flaky.
times. Yeah.
I had a southern uncle who made the best southern fried chicken in the world. Go ahead. Yes.
Mhm.
Oh,
Yep.
yeah. Fucking
All right.
sweet.
So
What his
speaking
political
of
views completely didn't account what was
Okay. The political
speaking
views,
of Southern-
trash. The food, great.
so speaking of Southern, then Sam finds another one of the punks. He wraps a wire around his neck and runs him up the old flagpole.
Oh
and
my
here's what I
god.
have is because what is his line that he says to this guy? What does he say to this guy as he runs him up the flagpole? Nothing, right?
Nothing. Yeah.
No.
Here's
okay.
what you say: is he has to do this, and he goes, "Let's see who salutes." Right? That's
Not bad.
That's good. Well,
Candace, what do you got?
I was going to point out that he must have some hella strength grip. If he's going to take that really thin wire with gloves.
Yes.
And he's actually
True,
taking a
true.
fully grown man and
That's right.
hoisting
Yes,
him
that's
up the
right.
pole
Yes.
with that. Like, that'd be
Excellent.
really
Oh my
So-
god,
difficult to do.
Candace, you remind me of a prom night where there's a scene where some fucking bitch is hanging a fucking rope outside of a fucking not Mother's Night, Mother's Day.
Mother's Day. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where like, come on, your hand is fucking cut in half, but you can't hang on.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
hang on
couldn't
to
do
that
Yeah.
rope.
that.
It's
So,
really
my-
difficult to hold on to something that small with so much weight
Oh,
attached to
yeah.
it.
So my note is if this kid has an autoerotic asphyxiation thing, would he be at half or full mast?
Oh, wouldn't that be funny if the guy like come on fucking Uncle Sam because that was the thing?
Yeah. You just see his dick sticking out as a silhouette. That'd be so funny. So we go back to school, and they're setting up the parade float, and the teacher's bitching at the kids. He's like, "You guys got to fucking stay in character."
Yeah,
And the kid,
don't drink that soda, man. There's no soda in fucking 1776.
I
What the fuck are
honestly-
you talking about?
I honestly thought that kid was drinking a beer because it looked like a beer. I was like, "Fuck yeah, this kid
It could be
rules."
one of those, could be a mix, yeah.
The teacher's like, fuck, I forgot the hatchet. Because you know how Washington cut down the cherry
A
tree.
George Bush looking motherfucker, yes.
And he said, I cannot tell a lie. I did it. So, fucking teacher goes back in to get the hatchet. And he
And,
gets the hatchet.
I was going to point out, like, would you really trust that kid to have a hatchet? That kid's a fucking
No.
serial killer.
The kid's insane. Of course you
All
wouldn't.
the kids in this movie is a fucking serial killer. What are you talking about?
He fucked this entire town. This is the children of the corn town.
dude's
Fuck
like,
'em.
the dude's like, oh, you need to be in character. And you see the kid, like, shrug off his jacket like he's like a star, you know?
Yeah.
My favorite part is the guy who played George Washington's father. You don't even see his face, but he's in the fucking wig and the fucking clothes.
Yeah, fair. So I love that Uncle Sam is camouflaged against the wall. And he just kind of
Like
steps
Wednesday
out. And,
Addams.
yes. And he just kind of steps out and hatchets the teacher.
Which
is
sucks
great.
because I like that teacher.
Yeah.
Come on.
He was a good dude.
Looks
but
too much like George
fuck
Bush
him.
for me. Come on.
Yeah, but as far as like his actions, he seemed like he was actually trying to teach the kids.
I'm going to say this. Out of all the acting families, he's the worst Bottoms.
Yeah.
Timothy Bottoms is the best. Oh, wait. Is
Yeah.
this okay? Timothy?
He's the bottom of the bottoms. You're right, Tim. So now we cut to the family wheeling poor blind burned Barry.
Oh my
out.
god. This poor kid.
Oh my
Holy
god.
shit.
And he's just half of his face is burned up.
Oh.
He looks
Oh, this
You know,
is my
you
favorite
know-
character in the whole fucking movie. I
You-
swear to God, this is the best guy in the whole fucking movie.
Eddie,
Okay.
you skipped over the fact that Isaac Hayes blew a cannon, and that was how the parade started.
Yeah.
I was like, what
right,
the
right,
fuck
right,
is that
yeah.
cannon
Okay.
aimed
He
at?
blew he not only that, but he shot the cannon at the parade, Candace.
Yeah.
If you look at how the cannon is pointed, he shot that at the fucking parade.
well because
Like,
earlier when
you
he-
fucking
when he-
assholes better not fucking step one line at a step, otherwise you're getting taken up by a cannonball.
Okay. So earlier also they established that he had 2 silver balls in a box
Yes,
that said
yes.
for when you need your balls.
Dear Sergeant, if you ever need balls, here they are.
Yeah.
Yes.
And now we've got Chekhov's cannon in the Civil
Holy shit,
War
he does
cannon.
shoot twice, right?
Yes, Tim, he does shoot
Wow.
twice. So yeah, he
So
fires
wait, are we
that
to
off.
believe that this motherfucker Isaac Hayes took those 2 balls and put them in the
Yes.
cannon?
Oh,
Yes.
oh man, this reminds
Tim,
me of a
yes.
story.
Does it?
I worked.
Okay, let's tell us about your ball story.
I was a sous chef at a country club in Bristol, Virginia, and this was
Okay.
a country club where you had to pay
And
$100,000.
you dipped your balls in the soup. Go ahead.
You had to,
Okay,
you had
that's
to
a
pay,
lot.
You had to pay $100,000 a year to be a part of this country club. It was
Wow,
fucking
holy shit.
exclusive. And before
Mhm.
the big golf tournament would happen,
Candace,
they would
exclusive is $1 million a year.
$100,000 is a lot of fucking money, Tim. I'm sorry.
That's more
That-
than most people make.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we're
But,
talking about the top 1%.
But the way that they would have their big tournament every year and how they would kick it off is they would, shoot off a cannon. And so we would
Mhm.
be
Black
in
person?
the kitchen. It was a black
Jeez.
person, yes. I'm not even joking. It was a black person.
Yeah.
But when you would fly off the cannon, and that's when you knew, like, we need to get to work. Because there's going to be, like, 1,000 rich white people here expecting their hors d'oeuvres before the,
Wow.
ninth hole.
So they're so rich and they're so white. You know what? A starter gun doesn't do it for us. We need a
Starter
fucking
cannon.
cannon.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
I literally worked in the basement of a, oh my god, why the fuck am I blanking out now? A plantation. I worked in the basement of a plantation, and that was the country club.
Perfect.
What?
Yeah, that was
Of course it's a
Bristol,
plantation,
Virginia.
Tim. Of course.
Are you season
Yep.
3 of American Horror Story? What the fuck
Nope.
is going on, Candace?
Tim,
That is
of course it's a
literally what Bristol,
plantation.
Virginia was like if you were rich. Because that was a mining town.
Good times. So this fucker. Oh my god. We cut to they're wheeling this poor fucking Sammy Kerr looking half burnt wheelchair.
This
kid.
poor kid.
Oh
Because-
man, I swear to God, this is my favorite guy in the whole fucking movie. This
He
guy is
rules,
this
Barry.
kid is incredible.
Barry's good, and the mom.
The shit that he puts up with some fucking uncle touching him and like, hey, no big deal.
Oh my god, the worst
Yeah.
parents in the history of cinema. The worst parents.
Oh my God, let's just leave this fucking wheelchair kid in the middle of a fucking grass field
Yes,
and
oh my
come
God.
back with food.
But it's everybody. Everybody just leaves him wherever they're at.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's so funny.
Not to mention the fact that he's blind and he's paralyzed in a wheelchair, and half his body is scarred because of a fireworks accident.
You know what? Give it up to this kid because he was blind. I watched this on 48 gigs, okay? And then watched it on the Blood Bank. I watched it on 48 fucking gigs, 4K. This kid has his fucking eyes half closed throughout the whole fucking scene.
No, he's method. This kid's method, and that kid plays a mean pinball. So they wheel his ass to the parade
what happened with his cousin and his uncle?
They make him stay for the fireworks.
So they're wheeling him
Which
there
is how he got the fucking injuries, right?
Right.
Yo,
that's what I was
this family's like, we're going to set up a fucking lawsuit, and we're going to get as much fucking evidence as we need to be on fucking Onan or America's One Network and fucking Freedom Network and whatever the fucking else it is. So this is how we're going to make our money.
They're wheeling him out there to make a point about how dangerous fireworks are at the parade, which is fucking stupid, right? So then,
this doesn't make sense when they say that, because I think at one point they said this happened because of the parade, and then at another point we see the kid.
No, it's because of his friends.
I wasn't there. I swear to God, right?
Yeah, no, because he got blown up because of his friends, and then Jody pops up and he's like, "Look, I'm not one of his friends that did that. I'm a cool
I'm not
guy.
his friend. What the fuck are you talking about? I'm not going to be a friend with a kid in a wheelchair and blind."
Right. So they decide then that the person they're going to have at the parade to sing the national anthem is the asshole.
And I was going to...
Every day, this kid fucking Roseanne's it.
Yeah, he fucking rules.
This fucking kid, if Daniel was going to be on the podcast, I was going to be like, hey, Daniel, would you do this?
Oh,
because this is so up his alley.
Because he fucking trolls everybody. They pick the shittiest kid in town to sing the national anthem. He starts it out kind of okay, and then just, like you said, Tim, Roseanne's it. But I gotta dock him some points, because he moons the crowd, but leaves his underwear on.
Yeah, he doesn't go full moon.
It's a half moon.
Yeah,
that's not even a half moon. That's a waning moon, if at best. You got to bare ass it. Come on. So this is the point, like you said, Tim, where Uncle Sam gropes and Barry.
Yeah, he like grabs his face and starts like
he's
groping
stroking that kid's face, right?
Yeah, on the burnt side too.
Yeah, like full palm.
Right. And this is where I guess we learned that they have a psychic link.
They do.
Yep.
There's a shining. Whatever. So now we cut to the congressman. And we find out he's a bad guy because he's got like...
Who's the congressman?
Well, we've gone over who the congressman is.
He's the mayor, right?
No. The mayor and the congressman are two different people. The congressman is Robert Forster. Sorry.
Yeah, Robert Forster, yes.
Yeah. And he's got apparently like 13 people on the payroll that don't exist. So he's just embezzling money. He's a piece of shit, right?
Yeah, this dude is like, oh, I heard that I need to, get my face out there so I can get the vote. And this old woman like flips him off.
Yeah.
And he's like, she's like, you don't have my vote.
Fuck you. Yeah. And he's like, I got to get on TV. I got to make some FaceTime. What are we going to do? Then, oh my God. So then while this asshole is mooning the crowd and everything, this whole thing's going on. The guy fucking with the psychic link to the poor Barry, the congressman freaking out, because he's got to do his shit. And then we have Ralph, remember Ralph the tax fraud and Chef
yes.
talking about how Francis Scott Key was a one-hit wonder with the national anthem.
I was going to add a little bit of fun trivia here. So Francis Scott Key, everybody knows he wrote the national anthem. But did you know that the author F. Scott Fitzgerald claimed to be a direct descendant of Francis Scott Key, and he's from St. Louis, Missouri. What?
I did not know that.
Yeah, his name is actually Francis Scott Fitzgerald. And
oh, okay.
Yeah.
You all right, Tim?
Drunk. Tim is drunk.
Tim is drunk as fuck.
I got to put
Happy 4th of July.
Yes.
Yep.
Anyway, it's 4th of July. We're all drunk. Okay, so Francis Scott Key, he writes the national anthem, and everybody knows it. Rock is red glare, blah blah blah. And F. Scott Fitzgerald claimed to be a direct descendant of Francis Scott Key, and they were from St. Louis, Missouri, because at the time, in the 1920s, that was the happening place to be. Just a little fun fact.
Never after that. Never after the 1920s.
Yeah, you know how you got laid in the 1920s? F. Scott Fitzgerald was my cousin.
Yeah, exactly. Not even joking. When the Great Depression hit, obviously the Midwest, it hit hard.
Yeah.
Did you know that Herman, Missouri used to be the wine fields of the United States? That used to be like where it was the Napa Valley of the 1920s.
We got a wine from Missouri?
Herman, Missouri was the Napa wineries of the 1920s. That's where everybody would go to get their nice American wine.
That just tells me
fucking night train from in 2020. Mad.
That just tells me that Herman, Missouri needs to step their game up.
Man, they have
the potential.
They have so much wineries and distilleries there. You can get drunk for cheap.
Nice,
because I've done it.
Okay, so that's where I'm going to go. I got to take a vacation out to Herman, Missouri.
Also, they're also very old world because they were all settled by Germans who thought that it looked like the Rhineland Valley of Germany, and so they all settled there. It's all German wine.
This makes sense. There's a lot of people hiding out there. Yeah. Okay, I got you. A lot of gold buried out there, if you know what I mean.
Herman, Missouri's great.
Mm-hmm. So now we cut to this really, really cool broad who's
the one with the joint,
ribs.
The one who reminded me of me.
Oh my god! Let me tell you, this bitch is fucking stupid because he says at one point, "Empty out your pockets." What the fuck? You got that shit in your fucking apron froze?
Yeah, she's got it rolled.
That shit out.
She's got it rolled up in her apron.
Yeah, so she's cooking up ribs. She dips off to smoke some weed, and Deputy Dipshit catches her.
Now she's smoking a joint, yes.
And you're right, Tim. She rolled like 5 joints up in her apron.
Hold on. Let me tell you, this is back in the day. You young motherfuckers don't understand. A dime bag used to get you 3 fucking nice joints out of it.
I mean, that sounds about
And you had to
right.
smoke all 3 of them to get high.
Well, no, the thing that I'm thinking about is, number one is you don't roll until you're ready to smoke it because it's going to get dry and you're going to fucking burn most of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the other thing is, he says, empty out your pockets. That's not in your fucking pocket. You have in the fold of your apron.
She volunteered it, right. She should have just been like, nothing in my pockets, bitch. I'm a woman. We don't have pockets.
Yeah, you give up the one fucking joint that you're smoking and you keep the other 2 that you have in your fucking pouch.
Right.
Which he promptly pockets. And I was like, man, I wish I was a cop so I could do that.
And he was all
let me
like,
tell you, this is one of my favorite scenes in the whole movie is because I remember at this time, when somebody would give me a rolled-up joint, when you can trust a rolled-up joint, not unlike today, I'm like, just smell it. Oh, yeah, that smell. Yeah.
Tim, if you buy a pre-roll joint nowadays, you're good, buddy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but I mean, Andy, you're living in the fucking legal market. I'm talking if you buy a fucking joint in New York and it's already fucking pre-rolled, that's just got fucking acid or fucking, I don't know, formaldehyde on it.
You guys got me
you should
thinking.
look up... go ahead.
Oh, no. I was just going to say, you guys got me thinking, is weed legal in Illinois? Because I'm like 3 hours from Illinois.
Candice, you're a fucking union now. You can smoke, you can do fucking heroin if you want. You're not getting fired.
Yeah.
What the fuck are you talking about?
No,
You
there's
could
like
stab
a 12...
somebody.
There is a 12-month probationary period, and you can get fired
Okay,
for
so you have to wait
anything.
13 months before you can do fucking pot or heroin.
Hey, you can go kill a hobo.
There's no
it's
in
fine.
between. Pot, you can go straight to heroin. Yes.
Yeah. Tim, you should look up moon rocks. That'll fuck your brain up. Yeah.
Oh boy. Oh yeah.
Look up weed moon rocks. It's
Last time I was high and I was looking at moon rocks, they cost like $20,000 for one rock.
Oh, here we go. Illinois residents 21 years and older can buy from licensed sellers with or without a medical marijuana card as of January 1st, 2020.
Yeah. You know what's incredible is how all us liberals, and I'm going to include myself, I'm like, hey, you know what? That's a great fucking law. Fuck that shit. And then the right wing places fucking law where in New York anybody can carry a gun. I'm like, no, that's not cool.
Yep.
Smoke weed every day.
Anyhow.
It's yeah.
So now we cut to the potato sack rally.
Oh God, this is the fucking. All right, this is a race that's going to like determine who's the last one to die, right?
Yeah, this is some fucking like the Purge shit, right? Because
Dude, there's fucking like a 3-inch fucking path between fucking logs where if you fall in the sack, you're gonna crack your
You're
fucking
dead.
head and kill yourself.
you're fucking dead. This
oh my
is,
god,
you-
this
yeah, you're-
race is insane.
And by the way,
You know,
they
let me
pull-
tell you this: meatballs, you fucking hack.
you
This
got
is
nothing.
bullshit compared to meatballs. Yeah.
You got nothing. So they pull the sacks up to their neck, by the way, and
Yep.
cinch it off.
Mhm.
So you can't even
yeah, I
catch
was doing
yourself
the
with your
sack
hands.
race up to your waist, right? Where the
Yeah.
fuck is this shit up to your neck?
No, these fuckers roll hard, Tim. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying.
Mhm.
So the cool punk guy, by the way, is just like stomping people.
Oh man, I fucking love this guy. He's fucking slam dancing his way through
Yeah.
a fucking sack race.
He's knocking over.
Yo, watch out!
shoulder.
Bam! Yo, watch out! No! But I'm gonna stop and kick your fucking ass too.
Yeah, and then stomps on a dude. Then he just rolls off of the course down a hill.
Oh man,
And
that
this-
looks
hold
so
on.
painful.
The way that this cut is, he looks like he's going to try to take a shortcut, but he
Yeah.
fucking ends up rolling down ass over fucking heels in this fucking
Yeah.
shot. And this is one of the greatest fucking shots in the movie ever because you see
This-
the stunt guy, who is
Yeah.
obviously not him, rolling down and fucking jumping at the right spots and landing on his back at the right spots.
Oh
And
my
then he
god!
lands, and then 3 feet away from him, this guy stands up.
yeah, it looks painful because he can't catch himself because
No,
his
his
arms are
hands
pinned
are
down.
tucked in,
It looks
right.
so painful.
This guy's dead, right? This stunt man's got like so many concussions that they should make a movie about him with Will Smith.
I
He's
wish you were in
fucked.
I wish you were in the union. Yeah.
Yeah, and then like you said, dude pops up and just starts hopping away looking for a shortcut, and we
3
just
feet away from where this guy fucking lands.
yeah, and just randomly runs into a chick blowing a guy in the Jeep.
Oh my god, I love this. A fucking old timey blowjob in an old timey car. This is
And by the way,
right?
That part cracked me up because it had
Yeah.
no bearing on the rest of the movie whatsoever. You just see somebody in like a
Candace, this is the best part of the
1920s
fucking
car.
movie. What are you talking about? This guy's got it going on. He's like, well, all these motherfuckers are trying to get down in this hill in this fucking sack. I'm gonna get a blowjob in a 1920s fucking car.
right?
I'm gonna
This
fucking
guy,
Bonnie and Clyde this shit.
He's like an old Studebaker.
yeah, this guy's in fucking Dracula from the Munsters, getting his dick sucked in a horror movie
Yo, you gotta
happening
crank that
around
shit
him.
up before we go.
And by the way, we have no idea who's in the car.
No,
we
it
never
has
see
no
them
bearing.
again.
No. Never seen them before. This is the director's friend and the producer's daughter.
Yeah, just getting his dick sucked off. Then a punk guy hops out into an orange field and Sam just decapitates him with a cleaver.
I was thinking, wow, this shit's like Godfather Part 2.
Yeah, yeah, it is. Then fucking Officer Smooth, we cut back to him and Louise, and he's just like tries to touch her at the carnival, and she's like, "Get the fuck away from me!"
Oh my god,
Oh,
there's so
man.
many problems with this fucking shit, right?
Yeah.
This is incredible.
It's so good. And then
You have to be like 13 years old and a fucking complete incel to be hanging out
yeah.
with a girl or woman, which is like, hey, you know what? We're going out, but don't let anybody
don't
know.
let me. Yeah, I don't
Yep.
want anyone.
That's,
Well,
no, because-
you know what, like, you know what?
Everybody knows.
Yeah, you can only suck
Yeah.
my dick so many times before I'm going to wise up to this shit.
Oh, okay.
So-
I was gonna say I live in one of these, stereotypical small towns. And
Mhm.
the new addition to the sheriff's department, who is a woman, she's busted, by the way. Her face is total ratchet.
Oh,
I
that
She-
think
sucks.
that's it. Yes.
She has been sleeping with everyone. And the house
So how
that's
is
like
she?
I don't know. The house that's like two
Well, not everyone.
streets away from me is up for sale, and I was like, "Oh, that's Justin from the sheriff's department. What happened? Why are they selling the house?" Come to find out, he got busted banging her in his squad
How did he get
car.
busted banging her?
He got busted banging her by his wife
Yo,
in the
that's
squad
some
car.
fucked up shit.
Oh,
That's
Like-
some fucked up shit.
Like, I live in the most stereotypical, like, small town. Everybody
But-
knows what everybody's doing. She has been sleeping
Right.
her way through the entire department.
And she's a fucking sheriff?
But Louise's thing isn't that she's worried that the town
Dude,
will
let
know?
me tell you this. If I ever get caught, I would never do it, but if I get caught cheating on my wife, I would tell, yo, the bitch is a fucking cop. I'm going to go to jail. What am I supposed to do,
Yeah,
right?
that's true. Yeah.
That's
Look,
it.
she
That's
told
a
me,
out. She's a cop.
She told me, look, I'm going to suck your dick or you go to prison.
But
No,
if you're another
but
cop,
she's-
come on.
Which, by the way, I'm just going to bring this all around, is an actual episode of SVU, Law and Order, where a fucking parole officer is having guys fuck her so she doesn't send them to jail. But go ahead.
Fair.
Okay.
But what Louise is afraid of is Sam still,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, because I don't think we covered this, but I think right at the beginning, the wife is like, hey, I'm glad he's dead because he's a real son of a bitch. He was fucking abusing me
Yeah.
and beating the shit out of me and doing some other shit.
Right. But then she
Yeah.
also points out that that's what first attracted her to Sam is that,
Yeah,
Candice, you're the only woman here,
No.
right?
Okay. All right.
At a
Hit me.
certain age, didn't you go for the bad boy? Didn't you go for the guy that everybody was going to say to you?
punch the shit out of your face.
No. You're wrong. Don't go out with this guy. He's crazy. He's bad news. Whatever. But if you didn't go out with him, didn't you kind of be like, you know what? I'd rather fuck him than the nerd sitting next to me who knows math.
Okay, well, I'm just going to give my perspective on this because I dated for a long time the guy who was considered the quote-unquote king of the freaks. The guy who was like
So you're the queen of
anti-culture.
freaks, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. I slept my way to the top was how other people described it. And,
Wow. It's a good thing your husband doesn't listen to this show.
yeah, God bless.
Candace's husband, she slept her way to the top in high school.
Exactly. To the top of the freak social ladder, I slept my way
If
to
I'm
the
your
top.
husband right now, Candace, I'm wondering how you got into the union.
I'm very smart and I have a good degree. But no, there's a certain thing there where you're like, this is the person that nobody wants to fuck with. This is the person who is the top of the ladder. And so I'm going to ingratiate myself with them, sleep with them, be in a long-term relationship with them because once I'm there, no one is going to do anything to me because I'm the top of the ladder. What are you going to do?
Candace, there's a flaw in your logic. Who is the person that nobody wants to fuck, but somehow they're the top of the ladder?
Elon
No.
Musk.
Yeah,
that's true, yeah.
No. Everybody
that
wants
guy
to.
pays like $20 million if you're a singer and you're going to have his baby.
No.
And name it a fucked up name.
The beauty of it is that everybody wants to fuck them, but I'm the one who's doing it because I am just that good. Does that make any sense?
I went through school all the wrong way. Shit.
Yeah,
Nah,
I should
you
have been fucking the hot guy.
Nah,
I
you
should have
fucked.
been holding him down like, hey, freak, I'm going to fuck you.
I did fuck the hot guy.
Hey, guy,
I-
you're unusual than everybody else in school. Let me
Yeah.
fuck your brains out.
Everybody's afraid
I-
of you. I'm going to... So you went through school with prison rules, which is you find the baddest guy there and
Yep.
you
and
fuck
you
him.
fuck them.
That's right. Yes.
Yep.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Candace went to prison the first day. Where it's like, if you're a dude, you got to find the biggest guy and beat the shit out of him.
Yeah,
so
you
everybody
gotta-
respects you.
No
Or,
lie.
if you're in high school,
No lie. In high school, my sisters told me you need to get to the top of the food chain no matter what because everybody's going to fuck with you otherwise. So I found the top of the ladder, which was the quarterback of the football team. So I found him and I fucked him.
Tell me, Candace's name was Chaz.
No, his name was not Chaz. I'm not going to say his name. And I
His name
fucked
was
him,
Chaz.
and
His
everybody
name was
knew.
Richard.
Everybody knew that he had his official girlfriend who was the head of the cheerleading squad, but nobody cared about that. So there was me, who was the side
Wait,
piece.
hold on, Candace. You were the side piece beside the fucking cheerleader?
I was the side piece for the quarterback of the football
shit.
team.
Oh,
You know what? Let me
Candace,
tell you this.
come on.
Let me tell you this, Candace. You are the girl that I want to fuck in high school because you know what?
Exactly.
Oh my
That
God.
cheerleader, she ain't doing anal. She ain't doing
Exactly.
no fucking in the mouth, on the face, or any shit
God
like that.
damn it.
Yep.
Yep. I was the side piece of the quarterback of the football team in high school. And then once he graduated, I moved on to the king of the freaks, which was the person
Candice
who...
the Gumad.
Yeah.
That's what we got.
That, hey,
If only you managed to move on to the King of the Geeks, you could be married to fucking Elon Musk right now.
There you go.
You know what you got.
You know what my note is for this scene? She said, let's get ice cream, but then she got a popsicle.
Yeah, what the fuck is up with that?
Yes, I have that note too. Yes, she got
What a dumb bitch.
A double popsicle, too.
Yep. So now we cut to Sam at the shooting gallery. And the dude working there is like, hey, the way you shoot, you should get a gig at the post office.
Hey.
Because that's funny.
What's wrong with the editing on this? Because he takes that fucking rifle and he never uses it, right?
No, he does, use it, but we don't see
off
it,
screen.
Tim,
off
because he John Wilkes Booth's Lincoln, which is what we cut to.
Did he have to shoot like 85 fucking times to get to the guy's brains?
Okay, yeah, that's my point, because that's a BB gun, right?
Yeah.
And, I mean, yes, there's a whole...
No, Eddie, not only is it a BB gun, because... Let me tell you, as somebody who went to Atlantic City like 6 years in a row on vacation with my family before it was the casino capital of the East Coast, whatever the fuck it is now, those things are all completely rigged to the point where you cannot shoot it straight even if you want to. So there's no way there's enough fucking air power behind the thing to go through anybody's fucking head, even if you shoot it through the fucking eye or the ear. Yeah,
so Tim, what you're talking about is there's a carnival game where you get a pellet gun or a BB gun.
Yes, a star. Yes, you have to shoot the star out.
You have to shoot a star out, right? And when you depress the trigger, it fires off like 30 BBs, right? Mm-hmm. Now, Tim, I've got a great story about this.
I have a great story about that too, but go ahead.
Okay, so in Chico, California, there was a bar that had one of those in the basement.
Chico, California.
Yeah, it's where that's a joke from King of the Hill, by the way.
Oh, is that the name of the town, or is that a joke?
Chico's the name of the town. Where the joke in King of the Hill. You went to an actual
place that was a joke in a movie 30 years later?
No, it was a TV show, and B, I lived there. So Chico State University is if you fuck up in Berkeley, that's where you go.
Oh.
Like that's how. Yeah,
I know this place.
Drop, man. If you go from Berkeley to Chico, that's
if
you go from UN State to App State, that's the joke.
Yeah, this is so bad, man. So there's a bar that does 31 different what do you call it? Long Island iced teas.
Oh,
yeah, and those you want to get fucked up. That's the drink that fucks you up.
That was the first time I ever got blackout drunk. Long Island iced teas.
Dude, taste of fucking kamikaze. That's just gonna fuck you up.
It'll kill you. So in the basement, they had one of those shooting gallery things, right?
Uh-huh. We went out. Okay.
Yeah. So we went out. We were doing a bar crawl. The beginning of the night, I went down there. I was like, hey, baby, I'll win you one of these stuffed animals. Fucked it up. No way. Not even close on the stupid star thing, right? We circled around the entire downtown area. I was top 10 drunk, and I can put my shit down. Got back there.
What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah,
top 10 drunk of my life. Went back down there. I was like, fuck it. I'll try it again. Just like surgical. Like I was doing brain surgery. Cut the star. If
I'm that drunk, I'm just going to shoot the fucking guy and take all the fucking puppets while he's laying down.
Just surgically cut the star out of the fucking thing. And they're like, what? And I'm like, oh, wait a minute. But at that moment, I had this moment of clarity, like me drinking and shooting is a bad combination. I need to stop
so it's okay.
now.
I've had that epiphany because I went to a state fair with a guy and I fucking shot him under the ground. Like I was so much better at it than him.
That. Yeah.
And he was like, "You're making me feel bad. You need to let me win." And I was like, no.
Nope.
I will not lose. I will not lose.
See, dude, this guy, Candice, you're dating a bunch of fucking losers. Because at this point, I'd be like, you make me feel real bad, but you can make me feel better later on.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What matters is that
shit. Candice is brushing over that story. Go ahead.
Yeah.
What matters
Tim,
is that I'm the better shot.
Exactly. You won. So, Tim, what's your story, buddy?
I just remember going to Atlantic City, like I said before, with my family, before it was turned into a casino thing. It was just the amusement park and the ocean and the steel pier where you had a horse diving off like a 80-foot platform.
A steel pier?
Yeah, the steel pier.
What?
Look it up on the internet. That's what it was called, the steel pier.
And the horse
main
would dive
attraction was
off.
a horse with a dude on it that would jump in like 6 inches of fucking water, which, it's a fucked up thing. But one of the things that I loved the most is one of the games that they had was like shooting things at a target, but it was fucking the balls that you used to play handball with, the blue balls.
Yes.
And a fucking gun that's shooting them out with a fucking like an air gun.
Oh, hell yeah.
Okay? And it was like 8 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock in the morning, and my family was out walking around. So it was before like all the games and all the touristy shit really opened up, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember going up to that thing and looking at it, and my sister walking up to that thing, and she grabbed the fucking gun and she just started pressing the button, shooting it. And as she was shooting it, a guy stood up from underneath the fucking thing.
Uh-huh.
And she missed his head by like a fucking millimeter. I'm shooting him point blank with the fucking ball that 30 feet away would knock out the fucking paper from a target. Like the fucking game that you're talking about. I was just always remember that. Yes.
God damn.
I just remember a guy being like, "Hey, you're shooting better than me. Why don't you make me
Stop
feel good
it.
and lose?"
Mm-hmm.
And
Why
I was
don't
like,
you get
nope.
better, bitch? Fuck you, get good.
Yeah, let's see you do that with one eye.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, then I love that when they discover the dead body of Ralph, that Jody is like, good. That guy was a crook.
Yep. Oh man, this kid's got some fucking hardcore lines. Yeah.
He says some hard takes. So now we cut to Sally and Louise telling Jordy, look, your Uncle Sam, he was a bad guy. All right. We got to break this whole thing down here. He was a piece of shit. He used to beat the fuck out of us.
I don't know which one of us is your mother, which one of us is your aunt, or which one is your mother's friend.
No, yeah.
But we're going to tell you the story.
They took it to a whole nother level. Okay, because you already pieced together the fact that he was an abusive piece of shit.
Yeah.
You got that point where... But then the mom's like, he was my brother, and when I was 6 years old, he started doing things to me that I could not tell my parents. Like, you already...
And I'm hoping, I'm like, oh, please tell me he beat the shit out of you. Please tell me he beat the shit out of you when you're 6
That's the happy ending. Just beating the shit out of her would be the happy ending.
Yeah.
No, it turns out that he might be the boy's dad.
Which, you gotta...
No, I'm kidding.
Well,
holy shit. No. Holy fucking shit, Eddie.
I mean, maybe, but probably not.
Probably not. They don't really indicate that in the film, but you just gotta think, okay, so, like me, you rent this movie because of the particular cover of the VHS.
Yeah.
And you're like, okay, I watch this movie.
Got a hologram on it. Come on, it can't be that bad.
Yeah.
Hey,
and then they drop something like this on top of you.
Yeah. Yeah, they made a horror movie about a public domain character. How bad could it be? Well, incest. How about that?
Yeah,
Rape.
they make it 10 times worse.
That? So then he's like, oh, fuck. Yeah, you're right. That's pretty bad. But then why'd you take the medals? And they're like, medals? We didn't take them. And that's it. That's where that whole thing with him coming in to his room at night and taking the fucking medals.
Yeah, because
the
sister-in-law is like, we need to tell Jody everything about Sam.
The story. Right.
Because,
so when that guy, Uncle Sam, came into the room and took his medals, did he touch the kid?
Probably.
He touched some kids, yeah. Clearly, he has no problem touching kids.
I mean, he touched that blind kid, which, let me tell you, if you're going to touch a kid, blind kid is the best thing.
Yeah. Especially a mute.
So, the sister-in-law, I cannot remember her name, but the sister-in-law, Sam's wife, is like... He's like, I was scared of him. I did not want him to be home because I was scared all the time. Yeah. And then
she says the most fucked up thing that you could say in front of another woman that married your brother. It's like, I knew what he was doing, but I was just happy that he was doing it to somebody else.
Yeah. The woman's like, when I heard he died in the war, I felt relieved. I was like,
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
No. Before that, the mother says he married your aunt and I was happy about it because he could do it to somebody else besides me.
Yeah. Oh, at least he's not fucking around with me anymore. Oh, it's just bad on bad. And the kid's like, well,
bad.
Why'd you take the medals?
What's great about this movie is because
piece of shit.
When I think about this movie is what's great about this is subtext is like, if you were going through that situation, in that situation, you might be glad that he's doing it to somebody else besides you, right?
Well,
Instead of thinking like,
because what are you going to do about it?
Thing.
What are you going to do about it? The police aren't going to listen to you. He's a hero.
This lunatic soldier? Yeah, no shit.
Well, I think we found that early in the movie because of Isaac Hayes, the chef, is that a hero is just somebody who's like a psychopath who we're going to run into bullets.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's the point that the movie's trying to make. Is that like, okay, so you say that this person is a war hero. As a person, they might have been a total piece of shit.
Yeah.
Well,
and
no,
so
it's what it is. I think Candice is. What does it take to be considered a war hero in this time and days, right?
Yeah. Which from 1996 to 2003 could have been interchangeable.
Yeah.
No, you could have just changed the years, and no one would have been able to tell the difference because it was in Iraq or Afghan. And so you had the same situation where it was like, well, this person died in the line of fire. They're a hero. It's like, yeah, but they were also a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah, they were a hero for doing what?
Yeah,
like,
for dying for
thing.
you.
Well, I think what this movie is trying to say is this guy joined the army for the wrong reasons, right? Which is actually, according to the army, the right reasons that you want to join. Yes,
but even on a macular level, on a macro level, they're like, oh, so the people that you think are heroes in their personal lives might not have been heroes. They might have been completely irredeemable.
Yeah, that's true too, right? Like, you have the firefighter that beats the shit out of his wife. Is he a hero? Yeah. I mean, for one person, yeah. For the other person, fuck no.
Yeah. And then on a micro level, you had Jody, who was a boy who idolized his war hero uncle. But then the people who were actually involved in his personal life, his mother and his aunt, were like, this guy was a fucking monster.
Oh, I know. And you're right. And there's that point during the wake when Jody is just like, well, my uncle's the only one who ever did anything important in life. And in front of his single mom.
Yeah.
Who's raising him.
Yeah, but look, if you're a kid boy and you're growing up, that's the kind of shit that you look for, right?
Good,
you don't think about these things.
Crap. Yeah. Anyhow, so we have this nice heavy...
my mom was working 3 jobs, so I don't have to go to fucking public school. I can go to a fucking private school or Catholic school, right?
Yeah, I don't have to worry about food and clothes. Mm-hmm. But fuck her, right? So now we have this nice heavy moment. Cut to barbecue girl opening up the smoker.
The smoking head.
Yep, the smoking head. The third guy in the sack race, that's head got cut off, it's in the smoker. Sam sneaks up behind her and then just crams her face down into the barbecue.
Why?
So
what'd she do that's unpatriotic?
She smoked weed.
Yeah, I guess so.
That's what hippies do. We hate hippies.
Because you know what? In Vietnam, nobody in the army ever did any kind of drugs.
No, the point is that in Tim, it's the meta point of this guy wasn't there actually trying to defend America. Mm-hmm. He's just a piece of shit that wants to kill.
Looking for somebody to kill. Yes, which I think is I think the army. I think they even say this in the movie is like we have like methods to wean those people out, but those are the people you want, also, right?
Yep. So then the mayor takes stage and he's like,
"All right, the Congress." Tim Yobo joining the army, like. You know what? I might go with that guy and like, hey, what's wrong with you? Why are you trying to shoot at?
Yeah, you want the guy that you're like, point, click, done. So then the mayor takes the stage. He's like, all right, the congressman's going to come up. He's going to talk about something before the fireworks display, but he's missing. Limo driver says he went in there to work on his speech, but we can't find him. Cut to he's like tied up to the tower where they light off all of their fireworks with sparklers crammed in him. He's got M80s hanging out of his mouth. I think he's got a bottle rocket up his ass.
Forrester had a thing in his contract, but I don't want to be in the same shop with any other living person. But go ahead.
Yeah. And nobody notices it, by the way. They're all like, yay, fireworks. And they all start flying and busting and making sparks.
Hell, and then the fact that they have the fucking poor blind kid, the wheelchair-bound blind kid, they're like, hey, let's enjoy the fireworks, because this is how you got mutilated.
Okay. Yeah, because I think at one point the May even says like something like, hey, let's have a great time this year, not like what happened last year.
And
it focuses on the blind kid who has a fucked up face.
Yeah, yeah. So then Officer Smooth, though, he's the one that notices that the congressman's up there, runs up to try to save him, but he's too late.
Yeah.
The fireworks explode. The officer goes flying back. He tumbles down the fucking hill. And Uncle Sam impales him with a flag.
Pretty good. I liked it.
Pretty good kill. Mm-hmm. Then we've got Barry just like sitting there because his parents got scared and ran away watching the fireworks display.
Oh, no, hold on. Because I think PJ Souls, at this point, she like passes out. And Dad's like, I'm going to take it to the car, son. You sit here. You wait.
Yeah.
They did nothing but let this kid in a fucking wheelchair every fucking place. At one point, the father's like, oh, shit, man. We should have put you in the shade instead of leaving you in the sun for 8 hours.
Oh, yeah, because he's talking about Uncle Sam talking to him. And he's like, I guess you've got heat stroke. Sorry, my fault. Yeah. So then fucking Jordy runs back up to him and is like, what's going on? What happened? And Barry's like, look, man, I know what's going on. It's your uncle. And then he's like, great, well, we got to get out of here. Wheels him over to Chef. And Chef's like, hello there, children. They're like, hey, Chef.
Hello, children.
He's like, we got to get the hell out of here. And they're like, look, Chef, you got to understand, okay? What's going on is that his dead uncle is dressed up like Uncle Sam, but he's killing everybody. And Chef's like, that doesn't make any fucking sense, you dumb crackers. And they're like, no, listen, you know how you said earlier that you get like phantom limb pain? And he's like, yeah. And they're like, well, that could happen for a whole person that died, right? And he's like, damn. Yeah, that makes sense, I guess. I guess he's back from the dead. What? I mean, what?
Yeah, well, he just rolls with it. They all just
he's like,
quite
damn.
literally roll with it.
Yeah, he's like, damn, you're right. All right, let's go back to the funeral home and check on the casket. They wheel poor Barry. They leave him in front of the fucking funeral.
Yeah, not even the funeral home. It's the kid's house.
Oh,
yeah, they just leave him.
Yeah.
They just leave him on the sidewalk, and they go inside.
Never even addressed. Yeah, they're never even address it. They're just like, damn, there's one step. I guess you can't come up here, and then leave him out there.
Makes you feel bad about Franklin in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. You can understand why he's so bitter.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah, open up the casket inside. Who's in there? My hero. The sergeant that tried to fuck both of their moms, I guess. Yeah. And Barry tells Chef, he's like, look, because he runs back out. And they're like, okay, Barry, the psychic, what's going on? He's like, look, I know if it was me, if I was a zombie soldier that came back to America, the first thing I'd try to do is go fuck my wife. So that's probably where he's going.
The wife Chef's like fucking around on him, yeah.
Yeah. So Chef's like, great, I'm going to go get my revolver out of my my car, and we're going to go end this entirely.
I got to point out that this trope of an army wife who sleeps around on her husband, that's very common.
Yeah.
That's very common.
On. The guys go away for 2 fucking years.
I know a lot of people in the army, in the Marines. And it's their...
Candice, can you introduce me to some of their wives?
Their commanding officer is like, okay, you get your money for signing up. You put that in a bank account where your wife cannot reach it.
Yeah.
Because the chances are is that your wife is sleeping around on you.
It's fucking me, because I'm your sergeant. Yeah. And I get to send you away.
Your wife is sleeping around on you. And they're probably going to leave you as soon as they can. So you put that money where they cannot reach it. It's such a trope.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. So, they go back to Jordy's house, right? Because Jordy's like, listen, Sam's not going to hurt anybody if I'm around.
Yeah, he does it Donald Trump.
Yeah. So they go back to Jordy's house, and they're like, on the way in, the mom like tries to stab them. And he's like, oh shit, oh never mind, you guys aren't him.
That's not like, the mom, again. That's the sister. That's his sister.
Oh, no, the sister. You're right.
It's the blonde chick.
No,
it's the blonde chick.
It's the sister-in-law, I should say. It's the wife of Sam.
No, hold on, because Eddie, Candice, I listened to the director's commentary. They are not related. They are supposed to be friends in this movie.
Well, but by marriage, they would be sisters then.
Yeah, they're supposed to be friends.
So she goes to stab him, and they're like, fuck, oh, never mind, you're not Uncle Sam. And he's like, oh, fuck. First of all, where's Barry? Because he just disappeared again. So then they finally, Uncle Sam pops in, unmasked now. So we get to see his full rotting face, and he confronts Chef. And he's like, you did this to me. He's like, no, man, you never fought for your country. You just killed for yourself. And by the way, now you can die.
Well, you know what? Hold on. He does kind of have a point, because I think in the beginning of the movie, or in the middle, Chef says that, I gave him all the stories of glory without telling him the real truth, right?
Yeah, it's kind of Chef's fault, right?
Yeah.
For
not his fault, but it's one of those things where, like, you prop up, like, the military and you make it like everybody's going to join, you're going to be a big hero, but guess what's going to happen to you if you get hurt? Here.
Okay, let me give you a little bit of a history backstory here. Okay, so I don't know if you guys have ever heard of this, the Lost Generation. It was after World War One.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So during World War One, people signed up because they had heard all of these glory stories about what war was going to be like.
And they thought it was going to be done before Christmas, yes.
Yeah, they thought it was going to be amazing and great, and everything was going to be hunky-dory, and they were going to be heroes.
Mm-hmm.
And then they came back. Yes. They came back from the war, World War One, and they realized that it's all a bunch of bullshit, and their lives have been ruined for no reason that they can discern. And so this
because also I think what you had with World War One was they were fighting in a war that happened 40 years ago, and they didn't realize that there were trenches and machine guns and all that shit that was going to fuck you up like a motherfucker.
Yeah,
yes, there was
a different war entirely.
There was rules of war that were being used that were not pertaining to the weapons of war that were being used. So howitzers don't give a shit if you have a code of conduct. They do not care.
Yeah.
And so there was a whole generation, including F. Scott Fitzgerald and Ernest Hemingway and all these modernist writers that we think of, that they fought in World War One, and they thought that it was going to be this glorious, amazing battle. But come to find out, it was this horrible, long, destructive war that stripped all humanity from anybody who participated in it. And so you had this whole generation that's called the Lost Generation that was after World War One, which was the 1920s and the 30s and before World War Two.
Yep.
And so this kind of pertains to that because he had this idea of what war was going to be like. You were going to be this great hero, and you were going to get all these medals, and everybody was going to love you.
Well, yeah, because I think growing up in America, I think the only war that was kind of like questionable was the Vietnam War. Before that, you thought you were going to be, you're going to go off, you're going to be G.I. Joe, you're going to come home, you're going to marry the prom queen because you got all these medals and everything's going to be perfect for you.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So this is the kind of the same thing that, like, you had this idea of what being a soldier and a war hero was supposed to be like, and the reality of it is that your country does not give a shit about you. And once you actually did your job, you are going to be cast to the side and not taken care of.
Well, yeah,
and nothing has changed in all the years of war in America, right?
Yep.
Because we love our veterans when they're fighting a war, but once they come back, you know what? They might as well. It's according to some politicians, they might as well be a baby that was born after 9 months old.
Okay.
Exactly.
So
we love an 18-year-old enlistee, but we hate a vet who needs help, just like we love a fetus and hate a child.
I was going to point out the fact that the average age of an enlisting soldier in World War II was 25, and in Vietnam War, it was 18.
Yeah, well, because you had to draft. Because nobody would volunteer for that war because everybody knew in this country that was a bullshit fucking no fucking win war. Yeah. So you had, I think that's the first time ever in the history of the Marines where they had to do a draft for the Marines.
Plus, you had cameras on the front lines that were showing all the unglamorous sides of what fighting a war was actually like. I'm not saying that every war, that World War II was hunky-dory and everybody knew who the right guys were.
Let me tell you, if there was footage of World War II was going on with some of the things where like 8,000 fucking Americans died trying to take over a fucking small island in the fucking Pacific, that would have been the end of it too.
Yes.
So
yeah, that's what I was going to say, is that like between the World War II and the Vietnam War, and everybody forgets the Korean War. That was a very real thing, and a lot.
The Forgotten War, yes.
My grandfather was in the Korean War, so like there was a disconnect there because it was a war of attrition. You reached a line, and then you tried to go further, and there was no clear winners. But so this was kind of going into the mindset that you thought you were going to be hero. And come to find out when you were actually fighting in the war, you were not a hero once you came home because everybody was unsure of what exactly the war was about. They were unsure about who was on the right side. And so this just kind of...
World War II was the last good war. That was it. That was when you knew pretty much black and white what you were fighting for. After that, I think they even say this in the movie. After that, you don't know who you're fighting for and what's going on, right? Are you fighting for the right side, or are you fighting for some fucking oil company to be able to fucking exploit the land?
Okay, Eddie, question.
Yeah.
And did you watch season 2 of The Boys?
Not yet.
Okay. Well, I'm just going to quote something. I don't think it'll ruin anything. But so one of the characters says, everybody agrees with what I say with, they just don't like the word Nazi.
Oh, that's Homelander.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that. I just
everybody agrees with what I say with. Nobody just likes the word Nazi. So if you say, I'm going to kill Nazis, everybody's on board with you.
Yeah.
Even though, despite the fact that not everybody in the German army was a Nazi, that doesn't matter. You were fighting Nazis. And so everybody knew who the good guy and the bad guys were.
Yep.
Yeah.
I think Isaac Hayes even says this in the movie. In wars, we knew who we had to fight, who was the good guy, who's the bad guy. Now, who knows who you're fighting? Why you're fighting for? Yes.
And the fact that Isaac Hayes was in the Korean War, which is called the Forgotten War. Everybody forgets about this. If you go to Washington, D.C., and you go to the Korean War Monument, I honestly think it's the most powerful monument is for the Korean War. Because everybody forgets about the Korean War.
It's also probably, I've never been there, Kevin, but I'm going to say it's probably the least biggest fucking museum or memorial that they have at any of the wars, right?
They made their line. They knew exactly where the border was going to be, but then McAllister particularly pushed across it. But other than that, this movie really, taps into the part that after that, there was the reason for the war was muddied. It was confused.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay, well, I'm just going to war at this point because you told me to, because I'm an 18-year-old male and I've reached that point and you have drafted me. And so I have to fight in this war. I don't exactly know why we're fighting this war. I don't know who we're killing or why we're killing them. And everybody is a combatant. This 12-year-old boy who could be coming into our village to give us supplies also could have an IED strapped to his chest.
Yeah.
Like that is the point where the combatants became confused with these civilians. There was no clear line.
Yeah, because I think with the Nazis, you had, if you knew that if you were American or whatever, you knew if the Nazis won, they were probably going to kill you or put you in fucking slavery. And then you had the Vietnam War where you like, why the fuck are we fighting these people? They never. I think Muhammad Ali said it best when he said, "I'm not going to fight in the Vietnam War because no Vietnamese person ever called me the N-word."
Yep.
Yeah. That started in World War II about why are we fighting for a country that hates us, as far as the African American soldiers.
Plus, also, let me just say this about World War II that a lot of people don't realize is that America and England was pretty much on Hitler's side until they cut into our piece of the action.
That's
how
the
it
war
always
of attrition.
works.
Yeah.
So that's
anyway,
fun. There's your history lesson to the episode,
Not to get
folks.
political or anything like that. But.
Yeah. So then, Barry tells Chef, "Look, I know where I'd go get the wife." Yada yada yada. Goes back, almost stabs him, and it's okay. So we're back at Chef talking shit with Sam.
Shit, guys! I hear mortars going off. I'm wondering if anybody's celebrating early. Let's wrap this up.
Be.
Hurry up!
Oh, I can hear it. I can hear it.
Your dogs are going to go crazy.
We're about to hear mortars going off because Chef gets his ass thrown through a wall, pops back up on his wooden leg immediately, no problem. Looks over and says, "All right, I'm going to go get my cannon."
The kid tells him, "Get the cannon."
Yeah. He's like, "You woman and you child, stay here alone with the zombie murdering GI."
Oh my God! He just walks away.
This kid talks Isaac Hayes out of the house, and he talks his mom, aunt, or friend, mom's friend, whatever the fuck, out of the house.
Yeah, and then he's like, "All right, you're right, Uncle Sam. I want to be just like you." And Uncle Sam's like, "Well, you got to be dead then." He's like, "Hey, that's
Are
cool.
you volunteering?" Oh,
yeah. Are you
If
volunteering?
there is... Okay, I know a lot of people who was in the Army, in the Marines, and the number one thing they tell you is never volunteer.
Yeah, no.
Do not
if
volunteer
you volunteer,
for
you're a sucker.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're a moron.
It's one of those
anything.
things where if you're in the Army, Navy, Air Force, or Marines, when somebody says, "We need a volunteer," everybody takes a step back except for the stupid person.
Yeah, you get voluntold is what it is.
Yes.
Yeah. So fucking Uncle Sam is all like, "All right, Jordy, then let's go on outside." And Jordy's like, "Yeah, I want to show everybody. I want to show everybody how."
Yeah, I'm not afraid
you
of
and
you.
I,
Come on, take my hand. Even
yeah,
though
we're
hand
friends.
that touched a blind kid with like,
Meanwhile-
why are you touching me?
Yeah, meanwhile, Chef goes out. He gets the Civil War cannon and brings it to the house, tows it behind his
But you know, it's
truck.
nice to know that a cannon that's actually working and active is on the same chain that banks have their fucking pens on.
It's Tim. It's the Winchester in Shaun of the Dead that they're all like, "That gun doesn't work," and then turns out it does.
Yeah. Well,
So he
okay.
brings
So
it up
Isaac
It's
Hayes
the army
has to
ship
be...
in whatever that Peter Berg movie was. Battleship?
So Isaac Hayes has to be a fucking surgeon with this cannon, and I've seen cannons like old World War II, old Civil War.
They're not exactly known for their accuracy, right?
Yeah, they're not exactly known for their accuracy.
Yeah,
he has to be a fucking
they're-
surgeon with this thing.
You know what they're also not known for?
Exploding when they crash?
Yeah, propelling out an explosive device rather than a metal ball.
Well,
Because
come on,
it's a different type of
Eddie,
artillery.
it's old versus new, right? It's old meets new, right? You take a cannon, you put an explosive shell in it, it's going to work, right?
I guess, yeah.
It's shaped like a barrel. I put a fuse on it, and it just blows up.
I guess those two silver balls that he had were like fucking depleted uranium or some shit. Like,
all right, here's the crazy thing: is they don't even use that as the fucking thing. That should be the fucking thing that kills this guy, right?
He doesn't even open the box. He's just got whatever he's stuffing into it. So they fire the first one at him, and dude ducks out of the way. Jordy does. It
No, the
blows up
blind kid is like,
half.
no, Isaac Hayes is like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
can't shoot
there.
at him. He's right next to the other guy, your only fucking friend,
Yeah.
the blind kid, motherfucker with the fucked
Yeah.
up face, the only kid that doesn't talk to you. He's like,
Yeah.
don't worry, he'll duck.
Hey, don't worry, he'll move.
Yeah.
Sure. Great. The blind kid told you, don't worry, he'll
This
move.
blind kid's like in a
Awesome.
fucking Italian Giallo movie.
Yeah. He's got the
So
psychic
then-
connection.
Fires the first one. Boom. Big explosion.
Which, by
Doesn't
the way,
matter.
let me tell you, that watching the director's commentary, whoever the fuck it was, because like I said, I listened to the commentary 10 minutes late, but this is actually a real extension that they built onto the house that they were recording on.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. That they blew up. Yeah, that makes sense. So then you see old fucking homeboys crawling Jordy's crawling on the ground. Maniac asshole Uncle Sam pops up behind him on fire.
Yes,
the
so
mask
great,
is
man.
burned
You don't see
off.
this shit in movies anymore, right? You don't
No,
see
you
real
don't.
fucking fire.
Oh my god, this is
No.
such a good fire stunt because you see the dude like crawling out of, well, he's not crawling, but he's like stumbling out of the fire, and
Yeah,
he's
he
completely
is
engulfed in flames. This is all practical
fully-
effects.
Fully on fire. Chef loads up the second one, fires that bitch off, and he goes flying back into the house. Just boom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Oh, it's so
Then
good.
it explodes. How? When does the fucking cannonball know when to explode?
No,
30 feet, 40 feet? What the fuck?
Cannonballs do not explode.
Yeah.
Shit, come
No,
on, Candice.
it's
You're
just a
harsh my
metal
bullets.
ball. I know. But it's fun. It is fun, I'll say that.
Yes.
Whole place blows up 100 times.
It looks
while
so
So are
burn-
we to
too.
believe that when Isaac Hayes first shoots his fucking cannon to start the 4th
Yeah.
of July parade, he was actually shooting a real fucking cannonball across the fucking street?
Yeah. So somewhere across town, a building blew up.
Like,
So yeah, this
what's that
place
sound?
blows
Oh,
up
shit.
100 times. This building blows up. It's so good. Then we get burned berries cheering, yay! And then we cut to the next day, and Jordy is just like throwing his toys into this burn
Yes,
barrel and
as you would
burning
do at
them.
this point, yes, that's right.
And the mom is
you're
like-
disillusioned with the whole military complex thing.
Yep. And the mom's watching from the porch, nodding like, "Yep."
Yeah.
Then he
go,
turns-
son, go. Gotta turn
he
you
turns-
into a cuck.
Yeah, he turns back at her and smirks, but then it like slow mo's, like maybe he's just pretending. Maybe
Okay.
there's something creepy going on.
Well, I was going to point out the fact that at the end of this movie, they say, in memory of Lucio,
Yes.
Which-
Mhm.
in memory of our
Because the way that ends with the shattering screen, yes.
Mhm.
our Italajune, it's a memory of the end of City of the Living Dead by Lucio Fulci.
Okay.
And so they say, in memory of Lucio. And they made this ending specifically in a reference to the ending of The City of the Living Dead by Lucio Fulci.
Okay.
Okay, so I was just going to say that this was, didn't really have a bearing on the
Since
story.
I listened to the director's commentary, Candice, you are almost right. Yes.
Yes, okay, you can correct me. But
Actually,
I looked this up, and they were like, "Oh, this is an homage to Lucio Fulci in the ending of The City of the Living Dead."
yeah, because he died while they were recording the movie, yes.
Yes, and God bless them for remembering Lucio Fulci.
Yeah.
And this is a tail end to our Italajune. But yeah, it didn't really have any remembrance other than the fact that he's like, I was a fucking idiot, and that maybe worshiping the military and everything they stand for might have been a bad idea, and that they were just honoring the memory of the Italian master Lucio Fulci.
Okay.
See,
So,
the way
Tim.
I took it is, I don't know what this fucking movie has to do with him, except for the very end, which if I wasn't watching the director's cut, I wouldn't realize that was supposed to be an homage to Lucio, where the screen breaks into different pieces like a mirror.
Yeah.
Okay. So it was
Well, you
just
need
the wipe
you
at the end.
You need to watch City of the Living Dead. I think you would really enjoy
I
it.
think
It's
I've seen that, which is a Dawn of the Dead fucking zombie fucking remake, which has been turned into
It's-
6 other movies with like I think we watched that with Charlie and Steve, where it was called like Contagion or something like that.
It's no. Contagion is different. That's different.
No, that's a different
It's
movie. Yes, but
It's
something
okay.
close.
So go watch City of the Living Dead.
Mhm.
And it ends in the same way, where the screen breaks apart, and there's like an ominous sort of foreboding that maybe not all is well in Pleasantville here. So
Okay.
just go watch that, Tim. City of the Living Dead by
Candace,
Lucio
I will
Fulci.
tell you this: after that last month that we just did, the only Italian movie that I'm going to watch again is Strip
Nude for Your Killer. Yeah. So my fun thing that I have here is the theory about why Barry has a psychic link with
Yeah,
Sam.
go ahead. Yes, because he touched his kid before.
No,
the kid was
so-
a boy before the kid died. Yeah.
Okay, so how did Sam die?
Yes.
He died in
was
a
shot-
helicopter that was shot down by friendly fire that was buried in the Kuwaiti desert for 3 years.
Okay, and how did Barry? How did he get burned?
Because they're friendly
Friendly
fire.
fire.
Oh,
Friendly fire.
Holy shit!
So you see, folks, it all adds.
Well, no,
up.
hold on. Because here's the thing that's kind of a little bit weird about the movie is because when the mayor gets up on stage or whoever it is, he kind of like insinuates that the kid got burned because of last year's whatever. But then
Yeah, I
when
think
the
that was a fuck
parents
up.
are talking to the main kid, he's like, I swear to God, I wasn't there when that happened.
Yeah.
Because PJ Souls,
It wasn't me.
Oh, this happened to you because of your friends.
Yeah,
He's like,
yeah,
I
it was
wasn't
just-
there. I swear to God.
I
So-
wasn't one of those
yeah.
friends, right? Yeah. So yeah, it was friendly.
But yeah,
fire.
friendly fire. That works
Yeah.
out.
So
We need
There
to, we
you
need
go,
to hurry
folks.
this up. The mortar fire is going off, and my husband sent me a text
Okay.
saying we're on the deck watching the mortar fire. We need to hurry up.
Okay,
Oh, okay,
so
let's
Candice, go out and enjoy your mortar fire. Everybody go to patreon.com/bloodybits to get access
Give us
to all of
money,
our
yeah,
bonus
for-
episodes.
If you
Give
love
us
America,
money.
give us money.
I'm going to be on Esoteric
Patriotic thing to
Cinema.
do.
I'm going to be on
Candace is gonna
Esoteric
be
Cinema.
on-
I was also on the Grind Bin. I'm also going to be on the Mustachio Podcastio.
I'll
Wait,
one day
that
be
shit's
on.
back?
Yes.
Yeah, I'm gonna one day be on Mustachio Podcastio, probably the same
me?
episode you're on, Candice. Yes.
Yes.
Tim, what about you?
I'm lucky enough to be on the first episode of Mustachio Podcast being back, so fuck y'all. Suck it.
Fuck you.
All right. Everybody go suck it, and this is how we end it. Good night.
Love you.